For more information on what's on, memberships, the bistro menu and bookings, visit the website at deerparkclub.com.au or like our Facebook page to keep up to date with all the latest news and events. The Deer Park Club, where everyone's welcome.
Platinum Corporate Partner and Naming Rights Partner of the Victorian Turf Cricket Association, the Deer Park Club. Head to 780 Ballarat Road, Deer Park for a night out with friends and the family. Platinum Corporate Partner Kookaburra Cricket. For all your cricketing needs, visit www.kooka.com.au. Corporate Partner the Western Sports Centre, the home of cricket in the western suburbs of Melbourne. Evan Evans, with over 140 years experience in the printing space, they're your one-stop shop for all your printing needs. Therion Apparel. From tradie wear, corporate wear and your club wear, Therion have you covered in the apparel space. Just Energy. Call 1300 318 799 and find out how you can save on your energy costs. Southern Tarpaulins, the VTCA's preferred supplier of all wicket table covers. Petito Projects, home maintenance, repairs and landscaping. Contact 0431 047 981 for more information. And Red Onion Creative, official media partner of the Victorian Turf Cricket Association.
Okay, welcome to the VTCA's Off the Long Run third episode. A little change of host today, so I'm going to take control. My name's Mitch Johnson, but we've got Glenn Scatters Scarborough. We've swapped spots this evening.
I got the flick.
You got the flick? How you feeling, Scatters, about that?
Look, I'm a bit down, but I'll manage. I'll manage.
And Josie McNamara, the VTCA's treasurer, down from City Hall this evening. Josie, welcome.
Thank you.
Great to have you on board tonight. Yep. And Mick Andriadis, my former coach. You're looking very casual tonight, Mick.
Yeah, I've come neutral today because I've got a bit of a spray last week, too much Deer Park, this, that and the other, so I've come very cash today.
Oh no, you're supposed to be wearing your
Well, there's a lot of things I'm supposed to do that I don't do, so this is what we're going with today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josie, thoughts on the cap there, the Leighton Hewitt vibe I'm getting with the... Come on.
Well, I got sunburn on the head and...
You're kidding me?
Yes, I've had to
no slap over the weekend?
Sunburn,
Well,
that's the second story we've heard.
Well, I thought having dark, wog skin I'd be alright, but it didn't work. Didn't work at all.
Well then, I don't know about that.
Yeah, no, bad. UV's bad.
Poor Mickey, hey, had to step down this week because I think you guys gave him too much of a barreling last week.
He's not here.
No, that's exactly right, because you guys gave him too much of a barreling with too much pressure in regards to the runs that he was supposed to have made. So you've got to be easy on the poor guy.
Then he went out and made 9 off 59 balls. What was he waiting for? Troy Smith to turn up?
No, but you guys were just too hard on him. You need to, the poor guy, just be a bit more gentle on him so when he returns next fortnight or after Christmas
If you
break,
put
you just got
yourself
to
out
be
there
nice.
with 110 first week, you got to back it up.
Mitch,
9 off 59
Well, he was eager
balls.
the first week. He
9
was eager
off 59 balls.
Yeah, well...
Shoot him up, didn't he?
Yeah.
Shoot him up.
And who got him out that game, Mitch?
I think it might have been me.
Oh, really?
Massive inside edge LBW. That's okay. Thanks to Craig who gave me that fortuitous LBW there. But missing Mickey tonight.
Yeah.
We are.
It's quite a multicultural panel that we've got tonight. A bit of diversity, which is great.
Born in Australia, mate. What are you trying to say?
You've got a bit of Greek heritage there, don't you?
Yeah, a little bit, not much.
No, we're still wogs.
Yeah.
So we can say that.
We're
still
less
wogs.
multicultural because Mickey's South African.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. And Josie, we had the early start this week. 12:30 kick-off in Division. First 11 across each division.
Yes.
What's the feedback been like?
Oh, it depends on who you ask. Look, the majority of it was very, very good. The umpires really, really liked it. And the majority of the senior division teams liked it. I have to put my hand up and apologise on the VTCA's behalf because initially we should have initially the idea was we needed to let you guys know on the Monday. All right? So there was a bit of a administrative error on our behalf because between Deanna and myself and Steve, considering it was a chaotic week, everyone thought that person was actually going to be doing it.
Right.
And then come Wednesday, it was just like, well, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? And then nobody had done it. So that's why it got out on Wednesday. So apologies to everyone, but I have to admit everyone took it very, very well. And everyone, well, the majority, I should say, really enjoyed it. What we initially wanted to do was actually have the whole competition starting at 12:30, simply because obviously coming up to Christmas, finishing a bit early, and then Christmas parties can get started a bit earlier. But then it was decided with the return to play committee that it was only going to be the first 11. We'll trial that out and see how that goes, because there's still the bit of the conundrum of the juniors needing to come back to fill the sides up. So that's why we thought, no, let's just stick to the first 11s and see how we go from there.
Do you know how many sides that affects, juniors? Coming back, because didn't we discuss how to work? Most of them play on Friday night now, don't they?
They do, but there's still some that actually do play in the first 11. There's not that many, and that's what we were trying to find out with having the early start last week and then this week. So what we're doing with the early start again this week is hopefully clubs can get a better indication. And then Steve's going to be making some phone calls over the Christmas break and getting a good feedback of, okay, this is going to work, it's not going to work. And then hopefully we'll get our heads together over the Christmas period, because as much as everyone else has their little break, we don't. And then once we get back from Christmas, fingers crossed, we're hoping to announce that either we're all going to start at 12:30, meaning all the divisions, or we'll stick to first 11 for this season, and then we'll review it again for next season.
I think option B is not a bad one as a way of phasing it in.
Yeah.
I reckon it's an absolute winner.
I
I think we can't have cricket finishing 6:30, 7 o'clock on a Saturday night.
Yeah,
We're trying to retain people in the game, and people who have their social lives, particularly after the last 2 years, we've not been able to get out and about. So I think it's really important that we finish, 6:30.
Yeah, that's true. And look, I mean, the umpires don't like finishing late, and then the other thing is that issuing out a green card for slow over rates and all of this stuff, and the game finishing late isn't something that we want to do.
Yeah, you don't want to do it.
And we don't want captains suspended for slow over rates either.
Speaking of that, this is probably jumping the gun a little bit, but what about the BBL? Bowlers are the ones who cause slow over rates. Is that right?
Well,
and the BBL
yes.
have come up with a solution that if the batsman's not out there in 70 seconds, the bowler gets a free go at the stumps.
70 seconds.
70 seconds they've got to get out there.
I don't mind
that. Well, if you're trying to save time, it's not the batsmen that are wasting the time, it's the bowlers and the captains who get in the middle of the pitch at every ball and want to check their angles, and you go there and you go there.
Funny you mention that, because I got a green card on Saturday.
For doing just that?
I was actually going to...
But, Josie, a bit harsh. Abba's hit 11 sixes.
Well, what's wrong with that? I think
we were trying to fetch the ball, and I reckon the calculations for 2 hours 20 are pushing it.
A bit
because
tight.
if you're bowling 17 overs an hour, there's your 34 overs in 2 hours, and you've got 6 overs to bowl in 20 minutes.
Divided by 3.
Plus all the wickets you're losing in a one-day game, and
Yes.
the balls you lose. I reckon it's a bit fine, that calculation.
What are you saying? You want that extra
Well,
10 minute?
No, I've got a solution. Don't worry about any green cards. If the captains and the bowlers are too slow, the bowler's got to bowl an underarm at the batsman.
No,
He gets a free.
no,
he gets
you're
a
not
free
going to
Chapel,
win
you
the
reckon?
game. No. Well, who was it? No,
Trevor Chapel.
who was it that did the underarm?
Yeah, Trevor Chapel.
Oh,
Yeah,
Trevor
Greg Chapel, that's it, the Chapel
Trevor,
brothers.
Trevor,
No.
The third Chapel, yeah.
No. We're not gonna get down to that issue.
Well, I just think
We're just hoping that obviously if we can get the bowlers and the captains to obviously speed things along, it's a win-win for everyone, because as soon as they get off the ground they can go into the bar and have a few drinks. Isn't that what it's all about? And
I like the intent. I just reckon the calculations need some...
How much more time do you reckon?
10 minutes.
Next
Another
10
minutes?
10 minutes
Yeah.
would be fine.
10 minutes?
2 hours 30, 2 hours 30.
Just to
that's
take into
fine.
account the one day, you lose more wickets and...
And being realistic too. If you've got a left and a right batting together, and they're running singles, we've got to change. The field has to change
That's
every
right.
ball. Mind you, the fieldsmen should know where they've got to go, so it shouldn't take long.
You think in first 11 cricket...
In first 11 they should, but
Yeah.
but there is, if you've got a left and a right together. I know our captain tries to have left and a right together. He changes the order to have left and right.
Yeah.
So,
Fielders should know where to go. There's a couple of daydreamers at Yarraville Club, but I still have to
Would you like to name any or just initials?
No, Justin
or?
Bramble won't like being mentioned.
Oh,
there,
Brambles.
Well, I'll make a note of that. I'll put it here. I'll even put it in my diary. No, not about the fielders. I'll put a note that
Bramble.
no, that we need an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah.
We're
Extra,
changing
I'll
this
put it
competition
right
one
here
show
now.
at a time, aren't we? Early starts and
Extra 10 minutes.
2.5 hours.
Yep.
Plus that 10-minute leniency that we still get.
Yep.
I think is
Which will
doable.
make it
Okay.
2 hours 40.
12:30. The break in
There
the
you
middle,
go.
6 o'clock.
I've
you'll be
made a
done.
note of it, and I'll bring it to the powers that be. You
How
can't say
proactive, how
you can't
proactive.
say that we don't listen to you
No,
guys.
no.
There you go.
Very influential host here. I'm off the long.
We're
run.
making things happen, aren't we?
Yeah, good.
Well, there was. You brought it up on this particular show about the 12:30 start, and I mean, even though we had discussed it
Click your
previously,
fingers and it happens.
these things happen. There you go.
did-
Who else wants? What else do we
No LBs. Get rid of LBs. They're ridiculous.
Except when you bowl Mickey
Scatters,
Hay.
what's your wishes? Come on.
And if you make a golden, give him another hit. You know what I mean?
I would have
Mulligan.
benefited a couple of times for
Take
that this
a
year, don't worry.
mulligan. Take a mulligan.
Okay.
Moving on to the senior division, there's a lot happening in our top flights. So our ladder, Aberfeldy have got off to a flyer in their 5-0 under Talon Wright's captaincy there. Mickey Hayes mob, Druids are second with being 4-1. Hay, you're a bit of a surprise packet, I reckon, 4-1 as well. The clubbers sneak into the 4, 3-2. Craigieburn, 3-2.
Snuck above Keilor.
Percentage.
Percentage,
won on
just.
Sunday. Keilor won on Sunday, went out of the 4.
It's interesting because we lost on Saturday and we went up a spot, so...
Percentage is
Keilor have
massive.
got their new recruit that's arrived.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about Miguel.
We spoke about
last
him on
week.
my show on Sunday night. What did he take? 5 for on Sunday.
5 for 9.
5 for 9.
Didn't do a lot on Saturday. He still had a bit of jet lag.
We'll blame
Yeah.
jet lag on
And
Saturday and he
came
came in
out
on Sunday. Yeah.
Killed him on Sunday.
Well, there you go.
So-
If he did that on Sunday, I'd hate to see what he's going to do this week.
Well, yes. I think he's
Well, there you go.
nicely
Chris-
settled in now.
Maybe a new segment.
Miguel's...
The boss's lady's crystal ball. She's predicting. So what are you saying? 6 for Miguel? 7?
No,
How many
my
wickets?
crystal ball's broken.
That's your segment, mate. Don't go
No, because
palming
my
that
crystal
off.
ball's
Take it
broken.
easy.
I don't predict anything because it always ends up being wrong.
And Craigieburn up in third.
Yeah, we've got them this week, so we're
And he won 3 out of 5.
It's done well.
Really good effort first year in senior division ever.
done really well. St Albans in 7th, we'll talk about them shortly. West Meadows in 8th, an interesting one. Sunshine United and Duda Stars rounding off the division there. So,
We probably predicted that, didn't we? I think.
The bottom 2?
Yeah, the bottom 2.
yeah, look, we had Dudas on Sunday and, very young and a lot of guys that haven't played much first 11 cricket. So, they're in for a long season, but that said, they're going to give lots of opportunities to young blokes. And
Yep.
Paddy Wilkes a great young captain there. So,
And I'm concerned with Sunshine United now that after Christmas that we're going to come in with 2-day cricket,
Yeah.
how they're going to cope.
Yeah.
Because technically they're supposed to be a good one-day side.
Oh, they've lost a lot of players. I
They
think
have,
we
yeah.
said it.
But
9
now
out
that
of-
we're coming in
9
with
out
2-day
of their top
cricket,
22.
with 2-day cricket, it'll be interesting
Tough
to
to cover
see.
that.
Yeah.
Tommy Duxon might not be playing, I've heard. Have we heard that?
Well, he didn't play on Sunday.
Yeah. Do we know the backstory there?
No. There you
I
go,
could
no.
too- we
Do you
never
want me to
follow
make
up.
something up?
Make some calls, mate. You're the most connected man in the VTCA.
Oh, that's true. That you
Well,
are.
you should know everything. Come on,
Give me a
Mick.
couple
What's
of minutes.
the
He'll
go?
come up with something.
What's that?
What's the go? You know everything. Come on.
I don't know everything, but you're right. I am the most connected person in the VT.
Yeah.
I'll find out, hopefully. if
And the
someone
most
else-
humble.
Yes, very humble. Yeah. Especially. Are we in the 4? Do you park in the 4?
Hang on, we're not even on
Yeah,
the
it's a-
Sorry,
Senior
jumping the
division.
gun. I thought
We'll get to the next
I haven't
tier.
seen the ladder. That's all.
You
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
the
the ladder.
ladder.
You've got it on a stand beside your bed.
I reckon that's his homepage.
Yeah.
That's got to be his homepage and
Come on.
his home screen.
Is this from the coach that will just keep it quiet and
Yeah.
stay in the... I think I heard a little whisper that he wants to stay in the background, and if my memory serves me correctly, no, boss, don't have any live streaming of our game because don't have any live streaming of
Don't
my
go down
game
Media Street.
because
Say that.
we
Why do I
want to stay.
Yeah, I don't want to let my players be exposed to.
That's exactly
They
right.
might pinch them. You know what I mean? Who knows?
I'll pinch. Yeah. Okay. We just want to stay in the background. We don't want anyone to know what we're
In the
like.
back.
You've got to promote your club. You know, you got your supporters that
Always.
might not be able to get to the game.
Well, easily we can promote the club, but the players, I don't. You know, I actually watched the live streaming game of your game versus Druids. I think it was.
Yep.
And I was waiting to see Mickey Hay in the highlights. And did he play in that game?
He did play.
Yeah, but he wasn't in one highlight.
Well, how many runs did he make?
9.
9 of 59, but who's counting?
I was going to say, he must
Okay.
have... Surely
Can we-
they got him one
can we-
line. He
can we
faced
just-
10 overs himself.
All right, guys, one rule for tonight. We're
Yeah.
not going to talk about Mickey Hay. We're going to leave the poor boy alone, and we're going to give him a rest because, as I said, I want him
All right,
back
last
for the next
comment.
one.
Last
No,
comment.
no.
Your second last
One
got
more.
last comment.
All right,
You go,
last
you second.
comment. Is that why he's not here? Because you
Probably.
give him stick last time?
Me?
You said you missed one game and then he's failed twice?
You scared
I
him
did.
away. You scared him away. Yeah.
Did I?
You did.
He
You
is the-
guys are bullies. That's
he
what
is
I'm
the-
saying.
now,
He is the
because he's all-
casino winner.
He
You've got
is,
to
he
respect
is.
there, respect.
That's right.
And now that he's hurt, he's going to make 180 against us next time and rub it in my face. So
Yeah.
that's great. Thanks, John.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right, no more Mickey, no more wax.
Speaking of wax, Tarek Magani and Donovan Pell at West Meadows, really capable group on paper. New regime, mind you, but they're 1-4. What are your thoughts around the Westie?
Oh, obviously a good team on paper, but you know those. I mean, you'd know it. District players coming back to lesser wickets, so to speak. It takes a while to to get used to it and whatnot, and then the team gelling. I mean, I looked at their side on paper, and I'm surprised they've only won one game. I thought they'd be around 5th, 6th, 7th, around there somewhere. And I think they're third last, aren't they?
At the
Yeah,
moment.
last year.
Yeah.
I-
So,
yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully for Tarek's sake and the Westie boys, I hope they turn it around. But yeah, don't know.
I think it'll click for them eventually, just that new group. Lots of new guys coming into the
Eventually.
side. But
Yeah.
it's a short season, isn't it? 11 rounds, and they're
That's-
almost halfway through, believe it or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
St Albans, yeah.
Made
What
runs.
thoughts, Scatters?
They've made runs, but they can't... they've got blokes in form.
Genoda has made runs.
The Rosh,
Yeah.
yes. I
On
saw,
fire.
did see some highlights on Facebook the other week of one of his games. He hit 2 goals, 1, I think he hit at one stage that I saw, and then he did a switch hit 6.
Right.
And he's a freak at that.
He hit me for the biggest 6 last year. Went into the Bowls Club, I reckon, way out in the distance. 140
You know the
metres.
McKinnon ground?
Yes, I
First
do.
year he
Yeah.
was with us, the McKinnon ground, batting at the stand end, 10 metres past the fence.
Yeah.
At the other end of 2 big pine trees. He switch hit halfway up one of those pine trees.
Well,
Never seen anything like it. He's
good
the
going.
and he is the only person I've seen who's hit a ball on the roof at St Bernard's. 2.
That's a big hit.
Two on the roof and 1 on the deck in the 1 innings. 1 on the balcony.
I like
they're
it.
huge hits.
Yeah.
I predicted them to make the finals. Obviously this week's a massive game for them. They play Keilor.
Yep.
Massive for both sides if they're going to make the finals.
I think St Albans have got to bowl better. They seem to have blokes making runs every week, but they're just not bowling well enough to get
Match of
sides
the
out.
round for me. Mini final.
No.
for St Albans.
The match of
Already,
the round's the top
you've
2.
gone the mini final
It's
call already.
It's my call. It's not your call. This is my call. Match of the round, Keilor, St Albans. If St Albans are going to make the finals, they need to win this game. If not, they won't make the finals. That's my prediction.
Right.
And I'm predicting an absolute nail biter this game. I don't know who to pick actually. Doing the tips, this is a massive game.
Oh, you can't
You're not
sit
sitting on the
fence.
bench, surely.
You
No,
can't, no.
we're not up to the tips yet. When the
Few
tips
splinters
come,
in
then
his
I'll
backside,
Surely
eh?
you're not sitting on the
Well,
bench.
basically, it's going to be obviously Miguel. If he gets a few wickets early, he's going to put a dent into him.
He'll have a big influence on it, you would
Yeah.
think.
But
Yeah.
I like St Albans. I said they're a good side, and it's going to be a massive game.
They'll come
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
So we spoke about Keilor and Miguel Cummins, the introduction there. It's exciting for the
Well, they're
competition.
going all right, and he's going to certainly help them.
Yeah.
They're a very young side too,
They are.
so they probably need a little bit more guidance. Although they're not all that young, are they?
No, they've got a few.
Like
Your Stavrises and Clements, they're sort of mid-20s, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah.
So
They're not young-ish, but they've got a few
Yeah.
that are.
Yeah.
But I was talking about to one of my mates there, Keilor, and their bowling attack. They've got Miguel Cummins fast. They've got Luke McManus lefty. They've got every variation as a captain, Mitch, you'd know, that you'd want. You've got fast, you've got left arm, you've got right arm seamer, you've got an off spinner, you've got a leg spinner, and you've got a left arm offie. I mean, what more do you
Yeah,
want?
perfect.
But Miguel finishes that off.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
they opened with the spinner the other week.
Yeah.
McManus opened at
But
one
because he
end.
wasn't-
and
he
the
wasn't
spinner-
there.
That's right.
Yeah.
Before Miguel was here,
Yeah.
they were opening with a spinner.
Yeah.
So he should make a big difference to them, and they're going along all right. I would have thought they'd be very happy with 3 out of 5.
No, they're not. They should have won the Hay game. They reckon they just got lost in the middle overs there, batting a bit too slow, and then obviously didn't bowl and feel like they wanted and lost.
Well, I
the
think
game.
before round 1, if you had said you
Yeah,
can
of
have 3
course.
out of 5 right now, they'd have said we'll take that.
What about Abbas? If you asked them that, they would
Well,
have
we'll
said
get to
the same
Abbas
thing.
in a minute.
We mentioned Craigieburn being surprise packets as well,
Yeah.
holding their own already.
Yeah, and 3 out of 5 in
Yeah.
their first crack at this level. They played, what was it, Pepin, wasn't it, making 100
Yeah,
last
saw that,
week?
yep.
But maybe because we don't know much about Craigieburn, maybe we sort of sold them a little bit short. You know what I mean? And now they're in the mix now.
Does that have an effect on the ground? Like, Mitch, would any of your guys played against any Craigieburn guys before? So you like
No, there's one or two that we know of, but aside from that, we're going
within the rest of the
blind.
comp. You'd know in some sides you'd know every player.
Yep, it's not the
So
case
does
this
that
week.
help? Is that helping them? Do you think?
I think so. Flying under the radar a little bit.
I think more so you don't know the players, so how do we know we've got to figure them out eventually?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now they've got, you said you know 2 of them. There's 9 X factors there or question marks.
Yeah.
Where do we bowl and field and bowl to and whatever?
Yep.
And who knows? They could. You know, they're in the mix. Another big
Absolutely
game for
they
them
are.
this week.
Definitely.
I think you playing them.
They
aren't you?
play us, and
Yeah.
we're 3 and 2.
They're all big games.
yeah,
this week.
massive.
So we had an interesting weekend. Aberfeldy, we coughed up 234 at Hanson Reserve, but we almost got it. 229. We probably should have won in the end. We needed 26 off 22 at one stage and bottled the chase, which is disappointing. And then played Dooders on the Sunday and gave them a little touch up. But 3 and 2, we'd probably like to be 4 and 1 with the group we've got. So need to make sure we win this week.
So 4 and 1 just because that's the good place to be, or
I think so.
Or which side do you think should have beaten you?
Well, Aberfeldy, I think we didn't have Trent Lawford on Saturday as well, who might have been the difference. That said, Abbas didn't have Craig Sheedy, so probably an eye for an eye, to be honest. But Abbas are flying. They're great side. Their batting was really impressive on the weekend. They smoked us. So I think
They haven't lost more than 5 wickets.
Yeah.
Be interesting, eh?
They've won batting first. They've won chasing, and they haven't lost more than 5 wickets.
And they've got Druids this week, haven't
And
they?
they've got Druids this week. That's the match of the round, in my opinion.
That's right. You're entitled.
1 versus 2, and it's a real cracker. And for them, I mean, if they win this, well, actually, if they win this, no one will beat them. They'll go undefeated.
Oh, that's a ridiculous call. Absolute ridiculous call.
That's a crystal
How are you
ball.
going to beat them?
It's a crystal, yeah.
Well, so far, no one's been able to get close. They've won them easy.
You
Well,
honestly-
except for your game. You got
Kiss
close.
of death, scatters.
Every other game.
At least by the
Abbas.
time we get on Saturday.
Oh, no.
Nah, they're absolutely
I've made my
flying.
selection for that, just on your
For a
kiss of death.
side,
Tip
for a
of
side
Druids.
who, when last season finished, they weren't in senior division. They finished on the bottom of the ladder. They were going to get relegated, and they're now sitting 5 and zip on top of the ladder. It's a super effort.
Yeah, it is.
Some great
Yeah.
recruiting there as well.
Yeah.
Haig, they've been in and around the mark the last couple of years. A little bit underrated, I think. They're third, 4 and 1. Lots of attacking batters and lots
They're
of spin
sort of
options in
flying
the
under
middle.
the radar a little bit too, aren't they? They haven't made that many changes, have they?
No.
No, they're a pretty stable group.
I hear their
think.
batting's really good. They've got a couple of blokes
Yeah.
that we don't know much about. They bat really well.
And we've spoken about Druids being pretty consistent as well. So
Yeah, well, 4 out of 5. So
Yeah.
there's not the top 3 sides. The second and third with 4 win to the top side with 5 when they've hardly put a foot wrong, have they? So.
No. And our predictions into the final round before Christmas, we've got Westie playing Sunshine United. I'm assuming West Meadows would be the
I would
consensus
think so.
there.
You'd think so. We've discussed Sunshine United at length. They lost all their depth, and they didn't really recruit. So I think they're going to struggle all year. And I think West Meadows should win
The
it.
only problem is that I'm not sure how Dad's Army pulled up after the week.
Yeah,
2
well,
days
Saturday,
ago.
Dad's Army.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And maybe a
Got that,
T20 on
West Meadows.
Tuesday.
they're
Check
into
that
it.
in.
Steve started the show last week with what about Tarek? First ball duck. And I'm going, oh, yeah, you're right. This bloke comes on the show a couple of times a year and you're bagging him as soon as you get on.
That might be part of the whack of the week. I think Joe's here.
Oh,
Big,
sorry,
big
don't.
Taz. We might have stolen some thunder there, Scatters. We've also got Haig and Duda. We assume Haig would
You'd think Haig
be the favourites
You'd
there.
think Haig pretty comfortably.
Yeah, that'd win.
Keilor, St Albans.
Match of the round.
Red Onion. What's our Red Onion game this week?
No,
Josie?
we're going into Division 1.
Excellent.
Well, Deer Park, I
Deer Park?
suppose.
No way. Not Deer Park.
No, we're going to Pegs and
Deer Park.
Deer Park.
Deer Park.
So you are going to Deer Park.
No.
You said no.
No.
We are
Who's
going to
Pegs?
Deer Park.
No.
Pegs
We're
got-
playing.
Who's-
We're playing.
Pegs got Deer Park.
Oh, are you?
We
Well,
can
then
change
there
it
you
if you
go.
like.
Sorry,
We're
no,
happy to.
no,
we're
we're going
happy
to
for
Pegs.
someone else to.
So, what are you
Pegs
going
and
to
Deer
do?
Park.
You're going to expose all these kids, or are you going to not play them this week? 'Cause
No,
they're
we're
on
playing
Saturday?
our second.
Hang on, we'll get
this
to
week.
first division. We'll get to there in a minute. We haven't tipped on Keilor and St Albans yet.
Oh,
St
big
Albans
game.
for me.
St Albans. I'll go Keilor because I reckon Miguel's going to make a big difference to them. And I
Yeah.
don't think St Albans are bowling well enough.
I think after they lost Mass, things have just turned around for them.
Yeah.
Still pretty classy. Geith's
Oh,
an
yeah.
amazing cricketer.
Yeah.
Lambert hasn't
Cool.
got a
Lambert,
60, I
Geith,
think, but he hasn't really fired
the
yet.
Roche.
Yeah, so their nucleus is pretty good.
Who are you tipping over there? Who'd you tip? You tip Kilo?
I'm tipping. Well, yeah, I am going to tip Kilo.
I was going to say
I think the newcomer has got a bit more spark and has got a lot more to show us, and he hasn't done it yet. So I'm going to be tipping Kilo.
So she wants him to do more than 5 for 9 off 7. Right.
Yes.
I'll send him a
He can
text.
do better than that.
I'll send him a text.
Earn his pay packet.
6
Yep.
for 7. We want this
6 for
week.
7.
And Craigiebone Yarraville Club.
Oh, that's
I'll stay out of this for obvious
Why?
reasons.
Is that a crazy burn?
That's
or
a
is
crazy burn.
Craigiebone,
DSA can reserve.
Now, how many of your blokes would have ever played there? Unless
No.
maybe
I
junior
played footy there.
They've got a
junior
beautiful
cricket.
picket fence.
I've heard it's quite nice.
It is
Lawford playing?
picturesque.
Lawford playing,
They have
yeah.
a beautiful picket fence and a lovely ground.
I heard the wicket's pretty good.
Yes.
So I would be tipping Yarraville Club in that.
Yeah, I want to go against...
Craigiebone going very well, but I think Yarraville Club.
I'm
would be
tipping
too strong.
Craigiebone at home just to upset the host.
Right. Okay.
Fair enough.
Can
And,
we keep it nice and no
It is.
bullying
Well,
on the
I'm
thing?
tipping Craigiebone.
Okay, just keep
Give
it
us
nice.
some background.
Yeah,
Why?
if you go too hard, mate, he won't front up.
Yeah.
Well, because
Scare me
you don't know.
away too.
You've been
You'll be
on,
hosting next time.
Well, you've been on that, what's it called, that frog box, the game of the
yeah.
week. So they would
It's
have
not
done
frog
all
box,
their
mate, it's red onion.
red onion.
Come on,
whatever.
mate. Look after it.
We're not
They're
yet.
here filming us.
They're right in
If
front
you
of us.
say the wrong one again, I'm actually going to put you up on suspension. There you
Another
go.
suspension.
You'll be in the other
Jesus.
room.
There you go,
Tribunal, mate.
suspension. We've got a tribunal happening,
Yeah,
and I'll send you
you'll be
over
down the
there.
back room
Over
any
the road.
minute.
I'll get off, don't
Function
worry.
room, mate.
Anyway, so my analysis on why I'm tipping Crazy Burn is they know they've done all the research on your guys. You don't know nothing about the opposition. Anything can happen. They're playing home. I can imagine there'll be a very rowdy reception for the Yarraville Club boys when they turn up. And in a close one, we're tipping Craigiebone. So that's my
You
thoughts.
make some very good points,
Yeah.
but I think you're wrong. I think Yarraville
Well,
Club
I
is
might
the-
be, but yeah.
It's a prediction.
No, I was dumb enough to tip against Yarraville once, and
Yeah.
what's the saying goes, fool me once and I'm an idiot, or whatever it is. I can't
Something
remember
like
it now.
that.
Something
Twice.
like that. Yeah, but I never tip against Yarraville ever again. And I'm not saying it because
That was the day at Druids too, wasn't it?
Yep.
You interviewed me and you said,
No, sorry. No, I sat on the fence on that one. I didn't
Oh, you
do
did too.
anything. No,
Deanne was-
Deanne
Deanne,
was
yeah,
the one.
that's
That's exactly
And
right.
the other game, Abbas and Druids. I'm tipping Abbas.
Where's that?
Abbas at Abbas, I
Abbas
think.
at Abbas.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't need to tip Abbas anymore.
No,
You've said they're
it's
undefeated
just-
for the rest
it's
of the
just
year.
done.
granted,
done.
we just
Yeah, just lock him in
Probably
over
done.
there.
And after Christmas, we've got one day game and 4 two-day games, and they'll win all of them too.
A big call.
really?
Where's that game at
They're
Abbas?
flying.
that's at Abbas, Clifton Park.
You do know
Another
what
ground with a
happens.
white fence. There could be something happening here.
Yeah, another ground with exactly. You do know what happens if they don't end up losing a game before the finals.
They finish on top of the ladder.
They
I
lose the
guess.
semi.
No, that's exactly right.
Bit of choke action going on
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, so every
I
team.
happened
think,
so
I
many
think whatever
times.
happens, just think they're doing an amazing job. Like I say,
Oh,
for
they
a
are.
side that was,
They are.
was
Yeah, yeah.
out of the comp at the end of
We
last
all
season.
agree there, yeah. Good on them.
Just done an amazing job. And I think they'll continue on Saturday, and Mickey won't turn up for the first game, the first show after Christmas,
Don't say that.
because he'll be
you.
still
yeah.
upset.
I'm not picking on him. I think Abbas will win. Mickey Hay will smash him with bat and ball. 3 catches as well. And your crystal ball prediction, Abbas being undefeated out the window in 1 week.
It could be,
Yeah.
but I'll stick him with it.
Very resolute there with that prediction. I like it. Might break things up, Josie. Whack of the week.
Oh, we're going to do the whack of the
We'll
week.
do the whack of the week.
Okay, there's a few whack of the
A
weeks.
few worthy mentions, I believe.
Yep.
Honourable mentions.
Could be a few contenders this week. We've got Tarek is a contender with scoring the ball to mid-off to get out. Not once, not twice, but 3 times makes a worthy contender.
Who's going to beat that?
Oh, no, we've got a few. I said we've got a few.
Oh, that's gold.
My fellow panellists could share the award. Mick for trying to be Mick
Me?
Malthouse, the clone, talking down to his team to be the cricket equivalent of Stephen Bradbury. We only won because all of the others fell down.
Oh,
Is that a
it's
whack
true.
of the week?
harsh.
It's
That's
very
harsh.
true, very true.
We are going to
Poor
interrogate you,
players.
though. We are
Alright.
going to interrogate you
Poor
shortly.
players.
Oh, we've even got Mitch who
What do I do?
Yeah, no, well, hold on. Who tried so hard to breathe life into the game against Judah that he even, that he was pre-offering the ball, he was about to bowl to the batsman in the hope that they would play a stroke.
Dooders were blocking
I know,
fun,
but hey,
and it was the most boring game of cricket. And I thought, well, let's add a bit of spice to it. And I'm bowling 52k little hand grenades, and they still don't want to hit me. So
it was
odd.
just go with the flight. This one's up for you now, and did to no avail as the big block came, the ball after ball. That's all they were doing.
How did the Prez get handle that?
That's what.
It's a mystery.
No, see, the funny thing is that nothing happens without us knowing. And that's
You
the
did
funny-
say that.
And that's the funny part, because everyone thinks that irregardless of him being where he is, we don't get any information, but we get to know everything and anything.
VTCA
Right?
Intel, it's huge.
And
we've
it's
been
like
bugged
we've
here or
got little
something.
drones everywhere,
Yeah,
and we just get all the
Wait till he's got one of our well-known cricketers living in the house after Christmas when he arrives. Yeah,
Right, and not
he'll
even
get
that.
all the information there.
Yeah. Okay,
But they're all
And
mentioned,
Josie won't have to cook.
Even better.
No, I can't. No,
Because
that's
this
not quite.
particular person's wife cooks the best curry ever cooked, apparently.
She may, but I can't have curry because I've got.
Guess what?
Yeah, I know.
You're struggling after Christmas.
I know. a little bit.
Better get used to it.
Deer Park Club's got some wonderful food.
I know they do. They
Had
do.
a great
I just
feed
had-
tonight.
We had dinner there. Did your family enjoy the meal?
Yeah, fantastic meal. Thank you
There
very
you go.
much.
Where did you end up going? I thought you
I
said.
enjoyed watching his family having a lovely meal. That was good.
And what, you didn't come for
No,
dinner?
I had something. It was beautiful,
Oh, that's
magnificent.
okay.
I had a
And where did
steak.
you end up
Magnificent.
going?
I said the other week I'd be lucky to get here.
Oh, okay, you were working. You were the only one actually with a job that was working, right?
I'm not saying I'm the only one with a job.
Joseph,
but
if you're
yes,
going
I
to keep
was
shouting us
working.
meals, we'll make this a weekly.
Oh,
No, it's
well,
only
actually,
fortnight. We haven't finished. we haven't
After the
finished.
Christmas,
Can
after
you
the
let her
Christmas
finish
rush,
the whack of the week?
Whack of the week.
However, the whack of the week has to go to the council that sounds very much like Highway between Melbourne and Sydney, who have been supplying a consultant to the club who are new to the turf cricket this year. They have been instructing them how to cut and roll a table, measure and market, all things that need to be ensured to get play underway. The only problem is, it appears that their tape measure is too short, as this wicket shows clearly short in length, but very clearly short in width.
Oh wow!
Steve described it as a little footpath in
You
terms
can't
of
name the game
Worse.
or the teams.
Worse still, 2 teams played on it on Saturday and never questioned either mark,
That's not.
and funnily, there was no cricket there on Sunday.
and there was no cricket there on Sunday.
One captain said no.
Fair enough too.
We know councils favour dog walking paths, but really, whack of the week to the Hume City consultant, who we have supplied a $50 Bunnings voucher for a new measuring tape.
Well, that's good.
You'll get a few out of that, $50.
So Melbourne to Sydney, just a stab in the dark. Donnybrook,
$50 to you too.
for getting it right.
Well, you guessed
Beautiful.
it.
Oh, what
Well,
a good guess.
the thing was, they played the game on Saturday, and then the teams rocked up for the Sunday game, and can I say the shit hit the fan? I just did.
Yeah, of
Well,
course
the
you
shit
can.
hit the fan
Twice.
because the wicket was too narrow. The wide marks or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, yeah.
they were all too narrow, and it just was an absolute.
Why was it so narrow? Just apart from the
measuring-
measurements, were they
Council.
trying to save
The
the
bloke
strips?
rolling it,
Yep,
thought
it was
that
the same
the bloke
thing.
rolling it thought we go up and we go back.
Practice wicket.
Yeah.
We just go up and we go
But
back.
the good thing
and we go up
was-
and we go back.
Was that our wicket guru, Russell Pollock, has gone there today.
Wicked Guru, another feather to Russell's
Les
cap.
Burnett.
Yep,
Wow.
our wicket guru, Russell Pollock.
Kevin Mitchell Jr.
Russell.
Yep, has driven up there today and has gone to speak to the president of Donnybrook, who happens to be a really, really nice guy. And he had a conversation with him today, and they've gone ahead and looked at the wicket, and Russell has bestowed him with his wonderful knowledge and his expertise. Is
And
that
a
the
tape
word?
That's a
measure.
word, but not too much about Russell. Don't wrap him up
Okay.
too much.
Nah, good on
and,
The next
and-
time I see him, it's all I'll hear.
Yeah, and his expertise and all the rest of it, and hopefully Donnybrook will get their act together.
And their measurements right.
And their measurements right.
Well,
That's
they've got
exactly
the new
right.
money.
Well, let's hope so.
The voucher, of course.
Well, hopefully they buy that new measuring equipment.
But it's not.
for the 50.
It's not actually Donnybrook's fault because
No.
they're
Oh,
new
council.
to the competition,
Okay.
and they're new to obviously operating a turf wicket and all the rest of it. So they're getting a lot of guidance and help from council. So it's council that's actually directing them and consulting them, if that's the right word for it, in regards to how they're supposed
Well,
to
they
be
don't
doing
need to get any guidance from the council anymore. They have the, what did you call him?
Guru.
The guru,
Yeah.
Russell. He can help them then. Direct line to him, and they could, they could work it out between each other what they've got to do.
I would have thought that because it's not the only turf wicket in the Hume Council, and it's a new one, I would have thought maybe they might have sent someone up there that is used to preparing wickets, because they've got plenty of wickets, and said, this is what you do, and this is how you mark it.
Might have been the work experience kid.
Oh, well, I don't know, but
Scatters, I
it's
think they're
clearly
using-
not good enough.
using too much logic, as in proper logic. I don't think council members actually
Well,
work like
pardon
that.
me, I'll be quiet then.
Very controversial.
So
Actually.
there's the
I
whack
am
of the
sorry.
week, Mitch. There's the whack of the
That's
week.
a fair
Hume
old
City
whack.
Council, wow.
Yeah. But I shouldn't probably have said that because we need to.
What's too
rely on
late
that.
now?
Can we take that back?
No.
No, don't say you.
We're going live
No,
here.
it wasn't
Live.
Hume. I didn't actually mention
No,
them by
it's a
name. I'm
council.
mentioning them.
Apologies.
As I've said before, it's a council that begins with H.
Yeah.
It's not Hobson's Bay.
Right. We have to be nice because we've got to rely on these guys at the end of the year to get their grounds for.
Yeah. You've whacked them and now you want to be right. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay, you can take
Just
it over.
You can
Beach
take over,
reverse.
host. You got the green light there. You can take
Thanks,
over.
Josie.
Yeah.
Division 1, we'll turn our focus there. Mixed Mob are on top. St Francis de Sales is second. Altona North, former club of yours as well.
Yep, junior club, yeah.
And Airport West St Christopher's round out the top 4. Sunshine breathing on the necks of Airport West as well. Tulla under Danny Law's stewardship. Seddon, Pegs, Altona Roosters and West Coburg. All right, it's time to put this bloke under the cosh, I reckon. Deer
What's he gonna
Park,
do?
top of the table. You're trying to fly
On
under the
percentage,
radar.
hang on, slow down. On percentage,
It's a very healthy
On
team.
top.
equal third.
On top.
Okay, we're on top at the moment. Yeah, that's good.
Saturday, a hard-fought win
Uh,
against West
to
Coburg.
be honest,
To it.
I know we like to joke a little bit, but yeah, West Coburg, bottom of the table. Maybe we underestimated a little bit. They had us in trouble, 7 for 90 odd. 2 young fellas get to the crease. One's 15-year-old, Lockie Fitzgerald, and the other one's 17, Ryan Lockie. They put on 50, the highest partnership for the game. That won us the match. All the supporters were there. We had our early Christmas party because we've got that many members and whatnot. We have 2 Christmas parties. That was our early one. So the joint was pumping, and I think we squeezed out 150, and we bowled them out for 120 odd. So we're lucky to win that one. Best bowling attack we faced all year. And then I look at the ladder and they can't win a game. It just doesn't make sense to me.
You're the hunted, mate.
Deer Park.
Deer Park.
For being what? Equal third. That makes us the hunted.
Yeah, you're not equal third.
Don't
You're equal
try and
first.
sugarcoat it.
Sugarcoat
First.
what?
You're
on
equal
top of the
first.
ladder.
Equal
And you are
first.
on top of the ladder.
At the moment.
Well, that's all. That's
So
all you
is
can
there
do at the
finals?
moment because we don't know what's going to happen
Okay,
in
so
the future.
is
Mick.
there finals next week? So who do we play? There's still another 6 rounds.
Trying to downplay it.
Is he
Yeah.
trying to downplay it
He's
again
trying to try it
every
down, yeah.
week?
Oh, this is unbelievable.
Where do
Anyway,
you go after here? Do you go and see
do you
someone to
mean?
get the splinters out of your mum?
Play it down. Just got to play it. No, we're going all right.
And now the next line that's going to come out of his mouth is, "We're just treating it 1 week at a time." Is that right? One week
Well,
at a time.
one Saturday at a
It's
time,
one Saturday
and
at a time.
then
There
the
you
next
go.
day.
Oh, except for the weekend, we have 2 games.
Yeah.
well,
like
we,
Game
last
of 2
weekend.
halves.
We got
We'll win
lucky.
session by session.
Yeah.
we got lucky on Sunday. It was
There
a
you
very,
go.
very good toss to win.
Yep.
It's good to hear that you've got young kids. How many of those teenagers do you have playing?
We've got 2 at the moment, and
Those
we've
two.
got Leachy as well. He's early 20s.
James
3.
Leach, yep.
So those you mentioned, a teenager came on in an earlier round and took 5 wickets.
Yeah,
Is
the
that one
same
of those
kid. He
two?
plays
Yeah.
in the Spirit. He's had a massive couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Good on
And
you.
I do believe that in that game, that Red Onion match of the round, well, Hughes made it the match of the round. They interview the captain, is that right? And obviously, young Lockie Fitzgerald will get a, get a little
We're going to
interview there.
interview, yes, on
They made a ratchet
Saturday.
around because
He's
they've
a
had too
ripper,
many
he's a ripper
complaints
kid.
about the bloke off the long run who sits on the fence.
Yeah.
So they've decided they're going to see what
Nah,
happens.
look, we're going well. The team's playing well. We're having a lot of laughs, and we're playing some good cricket at the moment. So hopefully it keeps going for us, without playing it down.
That's what it's
Yeah,
all
play it
about.
down.
Yeah.
St Francis going pretty well, 3
Yep.
and 2. Aaron Maynard's been pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Another 65 on the Saturday I see here. So, what are your thoughts on them, Mick?
Yeah, he looked a good bat.
Yeah.
We were lucky to get him out. He got made 20 odd, but like one of those really classy 20. I think he got 27 against us. Batted really well. It was
Got three.
dangerous while he was in.
Yeah, got 3 for as well with the ball. And
Good cricketer.
Matty Costello's the captain, I'm pretty sure there
Good
as well.
fella, yeah.
their family's given a lot to that club, so good to see them doing well. Altona North in third.
Looking like the Altona North of old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fridases and Orciellos.
They're back.
They're back.
Is that the next generation?
It's
Yes.
the next generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year they won the grand final, and Mario, who won the Paxuno around about 2000-ish. His two sons were batting when they got the flag, which I thought
story,
was
isn't it?
magic touch.
Yep.
And there was also Fridases in the side. There was a year, I don't know how many years ago, I looked up their committee on My Cricket. Family reunion.
Fridays,
3 or 4
Fridays.
Orciellos, 3 or 4 Fridases. There was one bloke there whose name didn't fit in. I don't know what he was doing there. But
I'd hate to be
No,
the one having
they've got a
name.
really, really good young team. I like the look of their side. You know, they bowled pretty good early, and then they just got lost a little bit, and then they batted half an hour of bad cricket, cost them the game, really. But yeah, they're not a surprise packet to me. I actually like the look of their side. Good young side.
How's this for a game on the Saturday? Airport West versus Sunshine.
Oh yeah.
Airport West made 230. Dan Salpietro, who I reckon would be in the top couple of players in the competition. Absolute gun.
Yep.
141 not out.
Wow.
Only for Sunshine to chase it down. Getting 6 for 233. Cowshall, a few fireworks we hear.
Well, I did hear a story, but I heard this story late on Saturday night. So
How
it might have
late?
been a bit about midnight.
Okay.
there's probably a bit of mayo on
A
it.
bit of piss talk maybe, but I take Cowshall for his word. So, story goes, Salpietro's batting, Cowshall's bowling to him, and Salpietro smacks him for 3 sixes. Cowshall goes up to him and goes, now that you've done this, I'm going to hit you for 6 sixes when I bat and face you. And he did. He got 80, what was it, Mitch? 80 what? 85 off 30 odd, they're telling me. So
Really?
Wow.
massive, that's a massive effort. To chase that down, that's, yeah.
Yeah, it's good chasing.
Well, they're a dangerous side, and Airport West, like you said, with Salpetra, arguably, him, Cowshall, Lawford. I mean, there's 3 superstars and 2 are in our league. Makes it even harder for us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, you still got to wait for Mass to come in.
Yeah, there's another one.
How far away is he?
He'll be here. Well, I think he leaves on the 26th of December,
Okay.
and then he should be in Melbourne
Should be in 72 hour. What's it called?
quarantine.
Quarantine in New Year's. That's a beautiful place to spend New Year's by yourself in quarantine. Beautifully handled there by Sunshine. Get him in at the right time.
Well, he didn't have much of a choice because apparently I was told that if he tried to come in earlier, his airfare would have been a lot more expensive.
They can afford
And
it.
there
Sunshine got plenty.
Well, they're not paying for it.
Who's paying for it?
I don't know.
one's
We're not talking details. We're not talking details here.
Oh, we put her on the spot there.
We'll investigate.
She
No
said before
digging.
the show,
No.
don't put me on the spot.
The airfare was going to be a lot more expensive,
Yeah, fair
and the
enough.
fact was that the games were already going to be over anyway, so there was no use rushing him in.
Yeah.
Unless this way he'll be here and he saved himself some money, and he'll be here straight after for New Year, and then once the season recommences after Christmas, he'll be well rested and the arm will be ready to go and the legs will be pumping and he'll be right.
Tullamarina game off 5th in 6th spot there, 12 points. Danny Law. Sorry, he had a bowl as well, got 2 for 20 on the Sunday. The old fella backing up on the Sunday is a good
I was
effort.
going to say that.
I couldn't move on a Sunday.
When we get down the order,
And
there's
that's
an older one
after-
who backed up
and that's
after backing
after-
up from Thursday.
That's after coming back after COVID. So obviously it didn't affect him.
No, he's in pretty good nick still, isn't he?
Didn't he have it? That's why he didn't play our game. COVID. Danny Law.
That's a bit personal, isn't it?
What do you mean? He didn't play our game because
No, he had to quarantine.
that's why he didn't play our game. So he'd never had it.
No,
Oh,
he never
oh,
had
that's
it.
okay. Well,
He had to
take that
quarantine.
back.
Do you want to check his double vax status too? And
Yeah, I'll ask him when I see
Medicare
him.
and-
No.
Got yours, by the way?
Double vax? No, I'm one of them ones, anti-vax. No, of
He's
course I'm
Can they
double
let
vax.
you
How
in,
do you
mate?
reckon we get? I know the blokes here.
You know everyone else, so I
have to
wouldn't be
get their
surprised.
line marker fixed before this round.
What's happened? Are we sending more vouchers their way?
No.
Bunnings?
A little birdie told me that they didn't tell me, which I'm not happy with. But a little birdie told me that they didn't have their lines marked last week,
Oh, wow.
and
Take the points. Did they win that game? Take the points off them.
you're not taking points.
Well, you
off
took them off us.
Not
They never batted or
lines
bowled the
marked.
bloke. Anyway.
So they have to get their line marker. So if anyone's in the vicinity of Tullamarine and they've got a spare line marker, or they want to be neighbourly and share their line marker with them, that'll be greatly appreciated.
They're not in the Hume Council, are they?
No, they're not.
Close. They're
Close,
but
but
not
they're
quite.
not in the human.
Neighbour of.
Seddon and Pegs in 7th and 8th. You got Pegs this week.
Match of the round. Interesting. What's that? First versus what?
It wasn't
Eighth,
7 and
First
Pegs.
versus 8th.
Pegs and Deer Park.
Yeah, that's
is-
what I'm saying.
is the match of the
Yeah,
round.
That's us.
Yeah.
First
Pegs
versus.
Deer
Versus
Park.
8th.
Yeah.
Interesting pick. How the Brains Trust come
And
up
it'll
with that.
Those
depend
Red
which-
Onion folk who...
It'll depend which
Wanna see
Pegs
you
turn
guys.
up.
So you're picking Pegs, eh?
Oh, mate, you
wanna have 50
go
on the
nuts
game,
trying to
100?
pick Pegs.
You wanna have a bet
Seriously,
on the
you go
game?
round a twist trying to pick Pegs.
Pegs has got a beautiful ground.
They have.
They have, and they've got at least one West. I did say last time on the show about a month ago, 2 West Indians coming, but it's only one.
Okay.
Shaquem, is it? Shaquem played last year for him. He's the son of Sylvester Clark.
Right.
I think it's
Okay.
one of them.
Pretty quick, didn't he, Sylvester Clark? Yeah.
Yeah. He was. What was he famous for? You remember? The two. See, he's too young. Do you remember that John Dyson catch?
Yes.
I think Sylvester Clark was the batsman.
Right.
There you
Good
go.
old
A bit
Sly.
of
Good old Sly.
useless trivia
There you
there.
go. Altona Roosters got rolled for 60 on the Sunday.
After making 214, chasing 226 a week before.
You were
So-
pretty bullish about them, Scudders.
You
Well,
were.
it was good.
Put the kiss of death
When
on
they-
them.
We talked about, Airport West and Christopher's making 230 and getting beaten.
Yeah, true.
Well, this mob nearly chased down that amount and then go at the next hit or one hit after that and make 60.
It's happening. It's too batsman friendly. It looks like everyone's making too many runs.
There are more runs in it this year. aren't there?
240s, I mean, that's a massive score, that game. Where you against Abbas, what you said,
Yeah.
229 versus 230.
Yeah.
That's a lot of runs.
Yeah.
It's massive, yeah.
460 in a day,
Yep.
and they want you to finish earlier. Anyway, won't have a dig at that.
No, we'll just have to punish the batsman for wasting time.
Yeah, 460.
Bowlers need to move
Yeah.
along a bit
Well,
quicker.
just tell them
Come
all
on.
to cut their run out. Cut their run up out.
Predictions, round 6, last game before Christmas, Tulla versus Airport West at Tulla.
Yeah. Airport West.
Airport West.
Yes.
West Coburg versus Altona Roosters, bottom 2.
Yeah,
Important
West Coburg.
clash.
Absolute specials there. Put the house on them.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can't argue with
specials.
that.
Let's go. Let's back him in.
We'll back him in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pegs and Deer Park.
I should
Did you
be
tip
able to
against
fair.
me?
Yeah.
I'm tipping against you.
You want to have a bet on the game?
No.
Oh, we don't encourage betting. We don't
That's right,
encourage
we don't.
any
Responsible
betting. Yeah, come on,
gambling.
responsible
Yeah.
gambling.
Breaks and that.
No Ladbroke, yeah, don't mention
No.
none of them mobs. Neds.
Pegs can be very good, but
Of
I
course.
think
yeah.
you blokes are too consistent.
Yeah.
That's their biggest problem is inconsistency.
We're starting to
They'll
gel.
be wonderful one week and horrible the
The
next.
batting's good.
So
We're
Oh,
going.
you're actually talking yourself up
there
now,
you
are
go.
you?
No,
It's
it's
changed
good, I
tone.
said.
Yeah, I know.
All
I
I
was
said, it
just
was
gonna
good. I mean, it can be better.
we've got to ask the Red Onion blokes at the end of the day if they can just squeeze that little bit up and repeat it 4 or 5 times.
Good.
Little
We
Luke.
are good.
We are good.
We are good, okay.
We're going on.
Sunshine and Seddon. At Sunshine, you'd think Crows will get up there.
Again,
Sunshine, you
so
would
much
think.
depends on Cowshall and Troy Stone. But I'm tipping Sunshine.
Not a bad game here, St Francis and Altona North, 2nd versus 3rd.
Yeah.
At
That should be
JP
good.
Falker.
That should have been what?
I said it should be a good one.
I thought you said that should have been the match of the round.
Oh,
You're trying to
yeah,
palm it
there
off,
we
aren't
go.
you?
Well,
We've
it's only
chosen,
Wednesday.
get over it. We've chosen the match of the round. Just get used to it.
And
that's it.
they're doing Division 1 3 weeks in a row. So first one day after Christmas, Deer Park again. First 2 day, Deer
Well,
Park
I
again.
think Deer Park, when they play Airport West, that's going to be a massive game, massive game.
It will be, yes, it will. Who were we talking about?
Being distracted now.
I was about to tip
Sorry.
someone, wasn't
Deer Park
I? Altona North and
and
St.
St Francis. Yeah,
Good
that should
game.
be a really good game.
Yeah.
I'll go with Mick's summation of it with
Yeah.
the young. I mean, I think St Francis is going very well, and Aaron Maynard has been a really big part of that this year, as he has been for their best results over the last couple of years, but since he came back from Altona. But Altona North, I think, good up-and-coming young side.
pretty young and hungry. You mentioned athletic in the field.
Yeah, they were good. They're just half an hour bad batting, basically,
Yeah.
and a
Yeah.
couple of bad overs. And there goes a game, or especially a 40-over game. If it was an 80-over game, they could have made up for it.
Turning our focus to Division 2, McNamara Shield. Josie, is that named after you or Steve?
Oh no, nothing gets named after me. I'm only the shit kicker.
Swear words. That's right.
It's very. Is this a PG show tonight?
This is
No,
SBS.
no, we're upgrading it.
This is 1 a.m. Saturday night SBS.
Yeah.
Subtitles?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. It's
now,
named after the boss.
McNamara Shield, Division 2, Willie CYMS, Brad Robertson coaching them. So played with Robert Werribee, ripping guy.
Yep, Brad used to be a coach. Well, he used to play at Hoppers.
He did?
Hoppers Crossing as a junior, I think. Yep, he did.
Doing very well. They finished mid-table last summer and he's already got them top of the table heading into Christmas.
I'm missing a page.
No, you should.
I haven't got Division 2 anywhere.
Haven't you?
No.
That's right, I'll walk you through it.
Yeah.
Sydenham Hillside, a second. My old stomping ground when I started my junior career, and very well run club actually. Warren Hackney and Bob do a great job.
Green Machine, is he still there?
Benny Green's going well, good cricketer. Greenvale in third, Newport Digman in fourth, St Andrews, Pascoe Vale fifth, Keilor Park, Glenroy, Kingsville, West Newport and Royal Park, Brunswick round out the ladder.
And unfortunately, they look like they, if things progress the way that they're going, Royal Park Brunswick look like they might be the team that gets relegated. They haven't won a game.
Very early, but yeah, neither had Glenroy before last weekend, and they won too. So.
Yep.
Steve Goodwin still going around.
Yeah,
Yes.
and still taking wickets.
I can't believe how many
Freak.
wickets that bloke takes. He's
Freak.
unbelievable.
I had to speak to him this week due to another matter.
Okay.
Was he spinning the ball too much, is he?
No.
Does he work for Hume Council, does he?
No. No, it's one of my other roles that I deal with.
You don't have to tell us, that's all right.
No.
We want
sorry.
you to, but that's why we're
It's a bit of a
doing it.
tease. You've
trying.
dropped it and then haven't.
Yeah, I know. We'll just leave it hanging in
Okay.
there.
Another thing we've got to investigate that one.
Yeah, no, and he's still going really, really well.
He still features most weeks in the wickets.
Yeah,
He's just-
incredible.
He's always on the top 2 or 3 in the division, isn't he? With
Yeah. Yeah. 3 or 4 years ago, he took 72 wickets or something in a year. He took close to
Silly.
70 wickets in
Yeah.
a season. Oh, he's just
Too good.
So
Unheard
Sydenham
of.
Hillside, they've won 2 in a row. They're going for 3 this year, is that right? I'm pretty sure they were in Division 4, so...
yeah, they've moved up, yes.
Yeah, so they've moved up twice.
Yep.
Okay.
Got
That's
some
it.
great kids there as
Well,
well. They're one to watch, I think, the next 2 or 3 years.
Oh, they're on their way, aren't they?
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I wonder how many sides have done that, like try to win 3 in a row. And up
Well,
the
you've got
division.
Sunshine since they entered our division.
Yep.
They've moved up every year.
no, not the first year, did they? Didn't they miss the finals the first year? And then they won 3 flags.
Yeah, I know that
Sunshine.
one. Yeah, 3.
Did they?
I think.
No,
3
I think,
flags.
No, they moved straight up from Division 5 right through when they... No,
No, they couldn't have because they started
At the
the
bottom.
year we started in the subbies 6 years ago. This is our 6th season.
Oh, okay.
So I reckon it was. I think they just missed the finals the first year, and then they won 3 in a row.
Yeah. It's a big thing to do.
It doesn't really matter either
Yeah,
way.
but-
It's really good for them
Yeah.
because I said at the time, for the club, the older people around the club, it must have been a hell of
Yeah,
a
it's
decision to
yeah.
make to say, look, when it's not good enough for this level anymore, we're going to have to go back, and we've got to go back a long way.
Yeah.
Well, you're not coming back into the top level of VT, you're going to the bottom level. And Troy Stone stuck with them. I
Yeah,
think
good on him.
that's sensational, and now they're reaping the rewards. And imagine how much happier the place is now, where you go, they went a decade winning 1 and 2 games a year if they were lucky.
Yeah.
Now they're playing finals every year, so much better place to be, and they've found their level, and I think they'll be in senior division soon. Before
Yeah.
long.
So you're tipping them to win this year, eh?
No, I said soon.
Oh, so.
Give us a timeline around soon. Soon's very vague.
In my lifetime.
So next, what, 2 or 3 years? I
Probably.
think?
Yeah, that'll probably just about see me out. If I don't stop smoking, it probably will be years.
Yeah.
Greenvale into 3rd position there. Newport Digman, so pretty competitive division.
Yeah.
Any
And they're
surprise
2, and
packets?
they're 2 games clear of everyone too. So they've won 4.
Yeah,
But,
it's a bit of a break.
Willie won 5, then 3 that have won 4, and then it's 2 games back to the rest. So it looks like that top bracket seems to be a fair bit better than the rest.
Yeah, approaching halfway. That's a bit of a sizable gap already, isn't it?
Yep.
Now, Keilor Park play Brad Robertson's mob there. It's
It
hard to go
depends.
past. Yeah.
Well, it just depends.
do you mean?
On?
Depends.
Well, it depends on whether Dean Gillett makes runs and takes wickets and gives them a chance.
He needs to make a fair few. Looking at
Yeah, and if he can't, well, they won't win.
One-man band, you reckon?
Oh, they rely on him. You go over the
They
last
do
few
rely
years
on.
with
But he's been great. I
they
mean,
just
he's
rely
won
on him so much.
Yeah,
he's won the medal, hasn't he?
he's won the
Won the last
McNamara
two,
medal
hasn't
for the
he?
last 2 years,
2
hasn't
years,
he?
I think.
Scatters, yeah.
Last two. So, but he just needs support, and you can't do it on your own.
St Andrews Pascoe Vale versus Greenvale at Cole Reserve. So St Andrews are in fifth.
They're in
Greenvale
fifth, but
third
two
for the game.
games behind them.
So they need to win to catch up.
Greenvale look like they're going all right too, but they're an older team. Both the Kents are older cricketers.
So they're an ex-senior division. They've got a lot of senior division
Yeah.
players. So you'd expect them to win that game.
Yeah.
Newport Digman versus Sydenham Hillside. So Newport Digman are fourth, Sydenham Hillside second. Another good game.
Yeah, that'll be a good game.
They're two sides on the same number of wins. So, one of them.
I'm tipping Sydenham.
One of
Mitch's old club.
12-point game.
Where's it at?
Brian Martin Oval.
Newport
At
Digman's
Good
Newport.
ground, Josie.
Yes.
You have to think about that.
Oh, I'm
Just trying to logistically, where is
Yes.
it again? Yeah, there it is.
I'm just trying to get my head around all of the grounds. It's not easy. You kind of like, I've got a memory like a sieve, but yes, no, it is a good ground.
Can you give me your top 3 grounds in the competition?
No.
Okay.
You
Moving on.
You can't. That's very
Can't be on the spot.
controversial.
Give me your favourite ground. Surely you can give me one ground.
Oh, if I have to give you a favourite ground, I'm a sucker for the little picket fences. I love the little
Craigieburn.
white picket- I love the white little picket fences.
Crazy burn.
No, it's either Craigieburn or Aberfeldy. They
Wow.
I just love, they symbolise the whole ethos of cricket.
They're really good for when
Best
the
three
boundaries are too
rounds.
close and
Yeah, I love the
blokes
little
run into
picket
them with
fences.
half
it's
their
great
arm
when
on
you-
them. So at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you've got to go around scraping all the blood and clean them all off.
Taking out for catching and impaling yourself on a picket fence, that's great.
I'll give you the best three
no,
grounds.
they've got first aid kits for that. That's fine, no problem.
Best three grounds with the wicket and the ground.
I'm still back in the competition for the first time in 18 months, or for 10 years really, so I'm still trying to work out. I guess our
Yarraville
ground's
Club.
pretty good.
Yarraville Club,
Hanson Reserve.
Yep.
Deer Park, brilliant ground and square, and Keilor's rejuvenated when they done the
Yeah.
three awesome grounds there.
Beautiful
Oh, there's-
atmospheric killer, isn't it?
I wouldn't do it justice if you'd had to turn around and say that, because the amount of work that the curators actually put in to get their ground up, the clubs, and when I talk about the clubs that are serious about their cricket, the amount of work that they do every single week, there is not enough words for me to say about these guys, to applaud them enough. And considering, yes, some of them may get paid, but the majority of them probably don't,
volunteers,
or whatever, and they're volunteers. And I would not. I mean, the VTCA does have their curator award,
Which went to Pegs last year.
We-
That was the
there's-
ground that I was going to mention.
Yes,
yes, there you
but
go,
the
yeah.
fact
I'll
is
just
that
squeeze
there
that
is
in.
just so many grounds out there
Yep, definitely.
that are worthy to be named. But I personally am just a sucker for the little white picket fences. They just do it for me.
Those two Willie grounds would be good too to play at scenic, next to the water there, Willie Imps and Willie
It's cold.
Seed
It is. when the
Fearon Reserve.
Ferrum Reserve.
What kind of scenery are we talking about?
Oh, it's
Water.
beautiful.
Eye candy.
Water.
I can't.
Water?
Yeah, eye candy.
Sand?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to pretend you didn't
Beautiful.
say that.
Well, there's a
right
beautiful
next
fish
to the
and chip
beach.
shop there. Beautiful fish and chip.
That kind of scenery.
Yeah, he probably
I thought he was
owned
alluding
it.
to
He
that.
probably owned it.
You
We've
do
got a
know
little-
that they
we've got a little
overlap
shed.
each other.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is it's a scenic, very nice
Just zip
looking
it.
ground.
The
Nice ground
two
to look or
ovals.
nice looking ground?
Nice looking
Okay.
ground.
Just want to clarify.
If you're looking, it's a nice looking ground. That's what I'm trying to say.
All right, gotcha.
Righto.
West Newport versus Royal Park Brunswick, 9th and 10th. Another important game for those two for relegation, I guess.
And if you look at their runs for is fairly similar. West Newport have taken more wickets, but they've had a lot more runs hit against them. Neither of them, have done very well. And I hope Royal Park Brunswick can win a game.
Yeah.
And this is the opportunity. You've got to win when you're down at that
That's right.
part of the ladder. You've got to be fired up to beat the sides around
You
you.
wanted to win a game before Christmas, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Yeah.
Give it a hope.
So Reece
Yeah.
Contessa can have a good Christmas with his lovely wife and their new baby, and one win under his belt.
Good man, Reece Contessa. So that's how they
Yes.
get up. and Glenroy versus Kingsville. Glenroy in 7th, Kingsville. A lot of games very close in terms of ladder position this
and
week.
Glenroy went into the last weekend without a win and won both games. So
Maybe they're on a roll. Three in a row.
They'll be very confident, you would think.
Free for free.
So I'd be tipping them.
That's an old ad, mate.
Who did Willie C. Wise play?
We did that one. That was Keilor Park.
Keilor Park,
Yeah.
Well, just Steve had some notes here about, about Kieran Gray, the new coach down there, who's been doing pretty well.
He was at Abbas, wasn't he, Kieran?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Plover Beecroft.
Yeah, he's
That's
the
a great
competition.
name.
The leading wicket taker with 13 wickets at a touch over 10, so he's having a pretty good first half of the year.
That's a sensational name.
Yeah, I don't know.
Plover.
Is that a misprint?
What?
Is it Oliver? It's not Plover.
No,
It's a bird, isn't it?
Could be a misprint.
Plover, it's probably a nickname.
They sweep, don't they?
No, it's probably it should be
Clover?
Oliver, maybe.
Get him on the
I've got no
show.
idea.
Get him
We'll
on
have
the
to look it
show.
up on my cricket.
And a couple of notes here from Steve. James Usher from West Newport, Ramesh Lakshitha from Kingsville, and Benjamin Green from Sydenham Hillside have all made more than 200 runs so far.
Good start.
With a game to go before Christmas, that's setting them up for a good total for the year.
Interesting spelling of Ramesh's name there, surname. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, I'm not too sure either.
You
I
navigated
think he
that one very well.
I think he may have had a couple of scotches under his belt.
Right.
Don't look
at me. Don't look at me when you say
You
that.
did very well.
I drink
I
scotch.
think that's a misprint the way you
He's
spelled that.
excellent. That's why we have him as our presenter for our.
I was in fine form Sunday night. I come across because usually I copy and paste all this stuff during the afternoon so that I get an idea of what's happened, and I missed a name, and it's one of the longest ones I've ever seen. And I just had to go at it straight up, and I nailed it. It was
you're the best.
perfect.
Sri Lanka.
You're the best.
Yeah. And I read him out when we were going through the game. I read him out in the runs, and then he was there again in the bowl. And I said, "No, I'm not trying again. I've already nailed it once. I'm not having another go."
Talking about runs, Mitch, I seen a stat, Salpetro at West, 400 odd runs with a game to go before Christmas, chance to bring up 500 before Christmas, 2 days and a 1 day to go after that. 1,000 runs. He's on target for 1,000 runs.
1,000's big though.
You know what the $1 million question is?
Well.
Is he on incentives?
Imagine that. It was on 50 bucks. Base.
What a money talk tonight.
50 bucks a run.
That would be very interesting.
Plenty of-
It's a long time since anyone's got 1,000.
What would you? Any idea roughly?
I think
Scotty
Scotty Porter got
Yeah.
990 something, I reckon, 1 year. And
Is that
he
including
got,
finals? So semi
I'm
and
not
because
sure-
they
I'm not
played in the
sure.
Granny Killer played in
Yeah,
the Granny.
well, I reckon it would have been. So I think he got something like 990. Tocker got close to 900.
Yeah, massive.
Bakes was third, but he was miles behind. He only made 700 or
700,
something.
yeah,
He would have been spewing too.
Yeah. But he's on target, isn't he? He's
Oh, he
averaging over
certainly
100.
is.
He's
Yeah.
a star, Selby.
Yeah.
Great fielder too.
Best player in the comp. I know you can't talk about Lawford. Just forget. the
He's
thing.
easily top three. No question. And then he's knocking on the door, the top player in the
What
comp,
is
I
the
think.
host's top three? Lawford.
Lawford, Sal Pietro, Keith Elwes.
Really?
Keith's a gun.
Okay.
Yeah. Ultra consistent.
And longevity too. I mean, he's been there for a number of years and he's great every year.
Yeah. Well, doesn't miss out with battle ball. He'll do something every week.
Yeah.
So, sign of a good player. All right, that's Division 2. Division 3, we've got Footscray United and Willie
Shafi.
Imperials. Shafi,
Shafi.
your
Oh,
man.
we're
Runs
never
and
gonna
wickets
get the end
again.
of this
Did
one.
you see the scores? Did you just have a
Yeah,
look?
let's not go there.
Let's have a look here.
unbelievable.
300
Yeah.
on Saturday.
309.
306.
57.
57.
Yeah.
He said he was on cloud nine when I seen him in our early Christmas party.
Yeah, I
Had a
saw
few
a
drinks.
photo of you and Shafi and
Oh, we had a laugh. Jeez, we had a laugh. So, Epper West had won. Sunshine had beaten Epper West in that run chase that we
Yep.
mentioned. And Shafi's mob who did they play?
Werribee Centrals.
Werribee Centrals. And then we fell in. We beat who did we play? West Coburg. So we were just happy to win. And
fell in.
we did. We only won. We won by 20 runs.
That's
or
right, we
something.
know. Yeah, you're only on top of that ladder. So move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had a laugh, had a few drinks.
He's
and-
shifted his spot too. The splinters must be hurting on the
Yeah,
right
no,
hand side.
it's
The
exactly.
splinters must be hurting
Postures
on the right
improve.
hand side, so
Yeah.
he's moved.
Right, yeah, we're getting confident as the show's on. No, but yeah, Shafi, he's doing a good job, and I don't know if I mentioned on the previous show, he has sacrificed his salary as captain coach because he wanted to fit another player into the team who, from Mulgrave, he's opening bowler. I don't know the bloke's name, but I know he took 5 for on the Sunday. I mean, who does that? Sacrifices, this is how much he wants to win, and he just wants...
Is that a true story? Is
on.
that a true story?
That's what he told me, unless he's lying.
Or how much he's on.
Okay, no,
maybe he got so much
thing.
last year, he's got plenty.
I mean,
to spare.
that's a massive
Front-ended, maybe.
Mitch, that's
great.
No, it
That's
is.
great
No, it is a great effort. I've heard the same thing.
Yeah, so
and it's good to see him
it's good.
making runs.
Yeah.
Not a lot, but
I can give you another piss
but
story
taking wickets
at
all the
midnight. Shafi goes to me. We were talking about the warm-ups before the game, and he goes, "I was one of his players' birthday." And I said, "So did you do anything special for the warm-ups?" I go, "What'd you do, Shafi?" He goes, "I cancelled the warm-ups. I went to Coles, I got a cake, put a couple of candles on there, and we were in the club room singing happy birthday to him."
And no warm-ups?
And they made 300.
and they go out and make 300.
Okay, well then maybe he needs to do that
There you
every
go.
week,
So
hey?
has he got a cake ordered
take
for every
notes.
Saturday?
Take notes as a coach, so you don't have to talk always
there
about
you go.
the warm-ups.
Yeah, but hold on, he's in Division 3, you're in Senior Division, there's a big difference
I won't
there.
be long the way Shafi's going, top of the ladder.
Supercoach.
Don't blow his trumpet, please. We've got he's enough as it is, let alone if you start blowing his trumpet.
He would have told you how he's the best team. They're the best team in the competition, wouldn't he?
No, he doesn't.
Everybody.
He doesn't say that, but he has got his team. They're playing well.
Yeah.
They're playing above, obviously.
The morale there and what he's done at the
He's done
club
well.
is wonderful. He really needs to be applauded. Seriously, he
Good on
does.
him.
Is he doing some player agent stuff as well? He's
As well, Mitch, how
tried
did you know
to
that
steer
one?
a couple of players our way.
Yeah, good on him. Any success? Did
No,
you
no,
pick up
no.
any? No.
Our
Yeah.
points are
No, good on him.
great. So
Their
He's
points,
good for the
their points
VT.
are that bad. They've got to get Togger out of return. Remember he said the
Oh,
other week they've
that's
got to get
right,
Togger
yeah.
out of
so
return.
Adam
Never
Contest
one
is
pointer.
a massive chance this week to play first.
And
in the group.
Contessa again, is he right?
Oh.
That'll be 2 before Christmas.
Will we?
It's not a bad 0 point.
He's not bad.
No.
East Keilor and Pascoe Vale Hadfield round out the top 4 there. Sunshine Heights knocking on the door there. Grand United, Point Cook, Sunbury. Is their ground up and running yet, Josie? No.
No, they're lucky to get their. It won't be until next year before they get their ground. They're still
Okay.
playing at Progress Reserve, so
Right.
yeah, no, it's council.
Okay, fair enough. Hume?
Uh,
It is.
what is it here? No, I'm not saying nothing.
No, we love you, Hume Council. Laverton and Werribee Centrals rounding out the ladder there for Division 3. Surprise packets. We've spoken about Footscray United at length already, but any other teams there popping up that we're a little bit surprised with?
Sunbury, I think.
I'm surprised that Sunbury are down where they are.
Yeah, to be honest, Sunbury are the ones that you were mentioning. That like they started in Division 5 and they won every single year.
Yeah.
Right, Scatters? Like from when they first started.
They won, well, no, they got.
Oh, it was their first.
They were going to lose the grand final, the COVID affected one.
Yeah, but because
They were going to lose it, but because the match, because it was
Abandoned.
the match was abandoned, they would have lost, but they ended up winning because they were the top side.
Right.
No, it was the other way around.
Oh,
they were undefeated all year.
That's right.
They were undefeated all year, and then Moonee Valley, was it? No, whoever they, I can't even remember who they were playing. I think it may have been Moonee Valley.
I think you could be right.
They actually were winning the grand final, and it was Moonee Valley who got brought up, but because we had to bring 2 up or whatever, they ended up going up with
Both,
them.
yeah.
But no, Sunbury is the one that...
They surprised me because the guys that starred last year, McCann and it's another MC, isn't it? McCann and can't
No
think
one
of
of
who on
else
the
twins, is
comp
it? No.
they're playing
Okay.
and they've just been
I
been
think
going
the
wrongly.
ground thing would have affected them big time.
But
You
they
maybe get away with it for a season.
But that's
If it
yeah.
No,
might
but
catch up.
I think they've reached their stride in Division 3. They've actually, like, since they've gotten from Division 5, they've won every division. But now they're at, I won't say that they're struggling, but...
This
okay,
is their
they're-
level, maybe.
Well, at the,
Yeah,
at the
but
moment
they
they're
are
struggling because they've only won one game
but
this year.
I think they've hit their stride
But-
in Division 3.
Yeah, I'm very surprised that they were probably the one team out of all the divisions that I confidently
In the
thought at the
finals.
start of the year would be moving forward again. No, they're a,
Some,
but I think it's going to be important when they get to their own ground, where they can be
Yeah.
the Sunbury
Yes.
Cricket Club at Sunbury, not the Sunbury Cricket
Cricket
Club
Club
playing in
at
Cooloo.
Progress, yeah, exactly.
even
Yeah.
the travel. That'll be
The only ones I am a bit, I don't know, I wouldn't say concerned, I mean, it is what it is, but Point Cook have been in there for quite some time, and considering the area that they are, you'd think that they would be moving up the ladder, and the club and the facilities and the sponsors and everything that they've got in the zone, in the suburb and stuff like that. You'd think that Point Cook would have actually developed more as a club and moved up the divisions a lot better than what they actually have.
Maybe a bit of competition there. Werribee's a pretty well-run club. Hoppers Crossing.
Yeah, but they haven't had much in that particular area. I mean, they've had Seabrook, which, I mean, not for anything, but isn't overly established. I mean, they've only got two VTCA sides in our senior division.
Yeah.
And okay, now Century Lakes has now joined our comp, but they're in Division 5, and this is their second year, Scanners? Yep. And unfortunately, I don't mean to be rude, but they're not really setting the house on fire. But Point Cook do have a very big junior club, a lot of kids, and the
sensational facilities.
Yeah, the facilities are absolutely to die for. Yeah. They're really, really good. We had our McGrath Foundation thing there one day where we had heaps of people.
You been there, Mitch?
No, I haven't.
No,
you drive in,
lovely,
mate,
yeah.
on the left. He says full-size synthetic ground, whole ground synthetic.
Oh, is that
It's
salt water reserve? Yeah, sorry, I have been
yeah,
there.
they've got saltwater 1 and 2, and then they've got a synthetic ground as well. So there's 3 grounds there. But the facilities and the infrastructure that they've got around there are absolutely fantastic.
They need to lift their game, Joyce.
They
I think
do.
maybe after hearing that spray that you just given, maybe they will.
That wasn't a spray?
Treasure run?
Yeah.
Why? That wasn't
Pressure.
a
Yeah,
spray.
you were bagging them.
The acid on them.
Bagging it?
Where are they on the ladder, Mitch?
They're 7th.
Seventh.
Microscopes on
Lift
them.
your game.
Steve's had the microscope on them for years.
Lift your game.
I'm not
They're
bagging them. I'm just encouraging them.
Now, Josie, you've got a tribunal hearing. It's we're a fair way
That's
out.
fine.
In the Mick Andriatis Tribunal Room at Deer Park Club.
Well, he will. What did you call me before?
What did I say? I said
What
boss.
did no, not boss. What did you call me before? Because if you called me what I think you called me, that's definitely a red card.
So I've got to say I can't say it. Doesn't roll off the tongue.
It doesn't matter, because if you call me that again, you definitely get a red card.
Steve,
I get green cards, you get red cards.
Yeah, I know.
Steve,
It's
I
all
go for
happening
you,
here.
Steve.
Lots of cards over here.
I know, it's happening here.
So, panel, quick tips. East Keilor versus Laverton. East Keilor in 3rd, Laverton 9th.
Yeah,
These
Keilor
killers
for
should
me.
win that. Yeah.
Sunbury, Grand United. Sunbury 8th, Grand United 6th.
Yeah, I'm tipping Sunbury to pull their
I'll
finger
go
out.
with Sunbury.
Yeah,
me
Sunbury.
too.
They need to. I just think they're better than what they're playing.
Yeah.
And they'll click eventually. Hopefully it's this week.
Shaffy's mob against Josie's club that's under the microscope, Point Cook there.
Shaffy's mob will win easily.
I like to say Point Cook, I really do, because I do value them. But if I back against Shaffy's mob, I don't think my phone won't stop ringing.
Right. Pascoval Hadfield versus Sunshine Heights at Rayburn Reserve.
Yeah, I'm tipping
Fourth
the Greek
versus
boys. Greek boys. Sunshine Heights get over the line. 4th versus 5th, yeah?
Yep.
No, I'm going to go Pascoval Hatfield.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I'll
mate.
go Sunshine Heights too.
Where is it at?
2 and 2.
Rayburn.
At
Pascal.
I'll go
Pascoval.
Pascoval, Hatfield.
Yeah.
At home, yeah.
Willie Imps and Werribee Central's at Fearon.
2nd versus bottom. 2nd side will win.
Yep.
Agree.
And Werribee Central's the team that made 50 against Shaffy's mob.
They are.
I'll tip against them.
You have the optimist.
Yeah.
They can bounce back.
Well, they can, but they won't.
They won't.
Again, in that game.
Division 4. Jellybrand, Caroline Springs, my hometown. Maribyrnong Park, St Mary's and Moonee Valley in the top 4 there. St Andrews, Moonee Ponds, Seabrook, Willie Colts, Bellbridge and Melton Central's rounding out that ladder. Caroline Springs got lots of kids, great facilities. I think there's a bit of Sydenham Hillside and sunshine about them in terms of once they get that real foothold in that division, I think they're one to watch over the next 4 or 5 years. So they're 2nd at the moment.
Yeah. Facilities, brilliant facilities.
Fantastic
Well,
facilities.
they
there.
just opened up their facilities last week. The VTCA got invited there, and we had Cricket Victoria and the other associations, and the mayor was there, and the other people were there.
The
And
hierarchy.
Yeah,
But,
hierarchy.
Caroline Springs, coached by ex-Yarraville Club legend Gary Smackers Turner. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I read that
he's
somewhere.
Yeah, he's coaching
Earlier.
them.
Yeah.
Daryl Brown playing
Daryl
at
Brown.
Caroline Springs.
Yeah.
I played with
Daryl
Daryl.
Brown.
You coached Daryl
Legend.
back in the early 2000s at Keilor.
I had
Daryl
a
taught me a bit
story
about the
him.
world.
I had a story about him, but we'll wait until.
You don't want to go now?
The Daryl Brown
Yeah.
story? All right, we'll go quick. He turns up. Peter McGaffis was playing in England at the time. I said to him, we need a fast bowler. He goes, this bloke's available. I said, who is he? Darryl Brown. I said, never heard of him. Played 7 one-day internationals or whatever for West Indies, got injured. He's available to come to Australia. I said, he's a good bowler. He goes, yeah. I said, I'll get him. Pick him up at the airport Thursday night, throw him into the Keilor motor inn at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Had to wake everyone up to get him in there because the plane was delayed, blah, blah, blah. I go to bed, nice and casual, Friday morning, put the phone on silent, go to bed, I get my phone, 20 missed calls. What the hell's going on? The boys are ringing me because Brownie's at the ground at Keilor, Joe Brown Oval there, measuring his run up off the fence. He goes, that's our new recruit? I said, yeah, that's our new recruit. Anyway, I said, boys, when you finish work, get to the club. We'll have a few drinks, introduce ourselves, blah, blah, blah. We get there, start talking to Brownie. We're talking about his bowling. I didn't know he could bat.
Yeah.
No one told me this, So Brownie, I'll quickly have a word to him, and he asked me, where am I going to be batting in this team? And I said, don't worry about batting. You're a bowler. You can bat down the bottom there. You'll be right. He goes, no, man. I only bat number 4. I said, you ain't be batting number 4 in this team. We've got some decent bats, but you're going to be batting 8, 9. No, man. I bat number 4. Anyway, I've had a couple of drinks, whatever. The boys were there, so I grabbed a few of them. I said, let's go to the nets now. I want to see you bat. Friday, 5:30, 6 o'clock, the day before his first game. Stevie Byrne, so I've got 3 or 4 bowlers there. Stevie Byrne, first ball, pitches up to Brownie, left-handed, hits it out of the nets, out past the goals, under the fence, onto Old Calder Highway.
Did your mouth drop?
No, so what happened is I looked at Stevie Byrne, I said, righto boys, I've seen enough, this bloke can bat wherever the hell he wants. So that was it, and he became a legend, and he's still going, so yeah, good on him.
He's still going now. On the weekend he made 48 off 53 balls with 9 fours, and then took 5 for 22 off 8 overs.
He's a
5
legend.
for 22?
He'd be about 48 years old.
He is 48.
He is brilliant, mate, and he was...
The guy Barbudo confirmed that on the show the other night, that he's 48.
Yeah.
And he was at the Keilor Cricket Club on Thursday night.
Yeah.
To give Miguel his cap.
Yeah.
Oh, nice touch.
And he played Saturday, and he played Sunday for Caroline Springs.
Yeah,
he lives in Mornington.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
That's a fair hike.
He does, yes.
And his wife is an author as well.
Yes, she's just...
Bought some of her books too for our kids, so they're doing some great things, the Brown family.
I might need her. One of my books, Life in the VT, my way.
she's
35 years.
No, she's
No?
not...
Bestseller.
not
I haven't even asked you. What
not
do you mean
in
no?
your league, mate. She's not in your league.
I'm just asking to write a book. What do you mean not in my league?
She's no...
All right, I'll
not
speak
in
to
your
Brownie. I'll see how I go. I've got contacts.
Quick tips for Division 4, St Andrews, Seabrook. St Andrews are in 5th, Seabrook 7th.
I don't think my son would forgive me if I didn't... can I go St Andrews?
No, that's me.
I can't do that, can I?
No, you can.
You can.
can.
You can, but it's probably not wise.
It's not wise, no. I don't think he'll come for Christmas lunch.
No.
No, I'll stick with Seabrook.
Yeah, Seabrook, D-Mac, quick 50.
I'll go St Andrews.
Me too.
2 and 2.
2 and 2. Moonee Valley, Bellbridge. Moonee Valley are in 4th, Bellbridge 9th.
Moonee Valley.
Yep.
Don't know much about them, but ladder positions, Moonee Valley.
Yeah. We are a little bit out of our depth here with the lower divisions, aren't we? So this is where Josie comes to fore.
Executive.
And our notes from Steve.
Yes, Willie Colts and Melton Central's at Willie Colts there.
2 of the lower sides. Willie Colts have won
Willie
2
Colts.
games. Melton Centrals haven't won a game. I'll go Willie Colts.
Yeah, I'm going the optimist that I am. The side that hasn't won a game, just to win one before Christmas. Christmas will be a bit better.
They're due.
They're due.
Maribyrnong Park, St Mary's and Jellybrand.
I'll go Jellybrand.
Well, Jellybrand are 2 games clear on top of the ladder for a very good reason. So I think they'll...
Good batting side, I've been told. When they played Caroline Springs, they smacked them. So I'll tip Jellybrand.
I'll go Jellybrand.
And Moonee Ponds and Caroline Springs, last game of the round there. Aberfeldy Park.
I'll go Moonee Ponds.
Yeah.
They're both sides on 3 wins. One's in 2nd spot, one's in 6th.
Yeah.
So this is
Yeah.
it's very even. The top side's 2 games clear, and you've got a big group on 2 wins. So it's a pretty important game.
Massive,
but I'll go
yeah.
Caroline Springs.
Me too, up the Springs.
Well, only because we spoke about Brownie. He'll turn it on again, won't he? Mag's last game for Caroline Springs this
Where's
week.
he going?
He's going overseas. See his missus. Hasn't seen her for 2.5
that's
years.
right.
So it's
So
his
he's-
last game, so he'll go out with a bang.
So is he going and not coming back?
Not coming back. He's leaving after this game and then he's
Done for the year.
done for the year.
Right.
Half season.
he's a semi-professional cricketer. Will he get paid?
He'll get paid half of
You'll
what
make
he's
sure he
supposed
gets
to
paid, I
get
reckon.
He'll get paid. Of course he'll get paid.
And quickly working through Russell Pollock Division 5, the master curator himself, of course. Guru. Melton South Royals, Footscray Anglers with Daniel Janker, who played at Yeovil Club last year, part of their coaching panel. My Old Mob, Roxburgh Park, and Donnybrook. They have the controversial wicket in the top 4. It's a big division, so I'm not going to go through each team there, but any surprise packets, Josie? Anything you can fill us in there with Division 5?
Good question. Little whisper. Mooney Ponds aren't going so great.
That's their seconds, though, isn't it?
It is, but we don't know what's going to be happening with them come after Christmas. So watch this space.
We called it on the show.
You
2 weeks ago.
Well, he said when I brought it up that it was their second side that then they'd volunteered to put their seconds into the division of the Division 5 first 11. He did say it's a big call for them. They're not going to win many games. So
Maybe that was a crystal ball.
That was a crystal ball, yeah.
It was good of them to do it in terms of putting preventing a bye, but they're getting
doesn't
but
work.
Unfortunately
they're getting they're way off it. They're way off it.
The playing morale in that whole side is just not going well now. Because obviously you know what happens when you keep losing. And
I know. First hand in the twos, our twos are struggling, and I could tell the boys they want to win, so I'm going to get them one as soon as possible.
What are you going to do? Manufacture one? Who are you paying under the
Coming
table?
out of retirement there, or
No, not me. How am I going to help them? I probably could.
Well, you're going to pull the white pants on.
No, what I'm going to do is I'm going to recruit 2 West Indians for next season, and I'm going to put one of them that bowls 140 in the seconds in a 2-day game, and he'll just clean up the opposition, and we'll get a win. And then we'll rotate a few of the players around. You're allowed to do that, aren't you?
No.
What do you mean you're not allowed to do it? Anyway, that's the plan. No, we need to win. You're right about morale. It just saps the group, and you'd see it. They're all down. When I seen them on the Sunday when a few of the boys wanted to come and watch the first.
Yeah, it's not
You need-
nice.
Makes
You need
a
to
huge
win.
difference.
Massive.
We had 4 wins the other Saturday.
Yeah.
Just
place is buzzing,
everyone's
so-
on their
Yeah,
feet.
correct.
Everyone's up and about.
You need
It's
a
just it's
Yeah,
fantastic.
We
It's a
know it's
different
only a
scenario.
game. It's only a game
No,
of
it's
cricket,
not.
but it's more people that
Especially,
want to win.
especially now. I mean, unfortunately, with COVID and everything
Yeah,
like this,
I
this is
think
their release. And if they're having, excuse the French, a shitty week or whatever, and then they come and play cricket, and then this isn't what's picking them up, it's an overall downer.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to be doing is losing at cricket all the time. The only sad part though is that you've got the younger kids there that are still striving, that want to play, but it's the older guys that are actually pulling the pin and aren't sticking it out.
Yeah. It's the middle of the range guys, not the 20s. It's the 30s.
Yeah.
They just disappear from cricket.
That's
don't they?
exactly right. They're the ones that are actually disappearing when they were the ones that actually said no, we're gonna be around and we want to play, which was the whole reason why they put in the side in the first place. Because no president or no club is going to turn around and put in all of these teams if they don't have the numbers. And look, to be honest with you, it has created a nightmare for us. But we'll work around it and we'll get there. In regards to the other teams in this particular comp, as you can see, I mean, we've got the 3 top sides, Melton South Royals and Footscray Anglers and Roxburgh Park. They're all sitting on 24 points.
And the next 3 are on 3 wins, and the next 3 are on 2 wins.
Yeah, so
just about the perfect structure, isn't it?
Almost. Yeah.
It's going to be, if this year is anything like previous years, it's going to come down to the last game of the season before we find out who's what.
Could
where,
very well do so.
and
Yes.
all the rest of it. So it's the ladders. The divisions are quite strong and quite unique in the sense that it comes down to pretty much the last game of the season before the actual top 4 are identified.
Yep.
Might not be much point tipping in this particular division. We're still getting our head around who can do what, but maybe.
Why not? We can always have a go.
Okay. Melton South Royals on top. Wynnum Vale, second last.
Top
Straight
side.
forward.
Top side.
Yep. Jacana and Donnybrook. Jacana are 5th, Donnybrook 4th.
I'm going to go Jacana.
I'm going skinny wicket, Donnybrook.
No, they're not playing at Donnybrook. They're playing at Jakarta.
That's their name. That's
Another
my
Hume Council
nickname.
ground.
Yeah. Skinny Wicket.
Jakarta for me. East Coburg and Mooney Ponds. East Coburg are in 10th. Mooney Ponds 12th. We spoke about
East
that.
Coburg.
So
They'll still be too good for them.
Yeah.
Barclay Street Uniting Sanctuary Lakes. Barclay Street are in 9th. Sanctuary Lakes 6th there.
Yeah, a game difference between them.
Yeah.
Where's that? Sorry,
That is at Barclay Street.
Barclay Street. Probably give them the home ground advantage. I'll tip them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sanctuary Lakes are at their new ground. It's a lovely ground, just out behind the brook, down in Point Cook. So that's really nice, and that's good that they've got their ground back. They've got their own ground now.
Good to hear. Willie Kongs and Sunshine YC. Willie Kongs are in 8th. Sunshine
7th.
are in 7th.
Both on 2 wins.
Must win.
Yeah, both on 2 wins. And the side that wins is giving themselves a chance to stay close to the top 4. So,
Yeah, 2 and 4 is a long way back, isn't it? Yeah. And Footscray Angliss and Roxwood Park, I'm going to go with Roxy.
Yeah, your old mob. I'll go with your old mob.
well, I'll go with Footscray English just to
Be
Just
different.
cause?
just cause.
Just
Where's,
cause.
where's their ground? Scatters, Footscray Anglers? Put you on the spot.
It's
Fairburn
Is
Park?
that the old Footscray A&A? Is that?
Yes,
Right.
they changed their name to
I tell
Footscray
you, very
Anglers.
knowledgeable host. Scatters, I'll
and,
tell
and
you.
it's where are they?
Footscray A&A?
Footscray.
Yeah,
Oh,
very good.
Let's move on, let's move on.
I need my book, and then I would have told you.
Isn't it down there where Kingsville used to play?
They are Angliss Reserve.
Which is down there where Kingsville used to
Is
play.
it closer to Anglers
Makes-
Tavern?
Angliss.
Where, sorry?
Anglers, did you say
Not the
Anglers?
Anglers.
No, Angliss
Well, that's the only
Reserve.
Anglers I know. I don't know
Yeah,
Anglers.
different
it's not a
spelling.
pub, mate. Angliss.
Corner of
ISS.
Robert Street and Francis Street.
Thank you.
It means nothing to me.
Yes.
It's
That's
not
actually
too
near
far.
Hanson Reserve then, Robert Street.
It's
Yep. They're not
other
that
end.
far from
Other
you
Yeah,
guys.
there you go.
Must be around. Oh, I know where you are
The
now.
very south end.
Yeah,
Right.
down, yeah, right. I know
Go
where
pay
it
a
is now.
visit.
There's a few grounds there. Is that venue?
Two, yeah, and there's a
Yeah.
few more over the road in the whatever the big complex
I
is
know.
over the road.
Conscious of time, folks, so we've got a couple of quick things to get through before we wrap up for this evening.
Done a good job, Mitch, just quietly.
I think
Like
we
a
could
show,
return
yeah.
back to the
Nah.
Master of
Like
Ceremonies
a show,
over
yeah.
there.
I got some text. You want me to read the text? They're all
You
bad
got
on
some
your.
text.
I have. I got
Yeah,
from.
of course you did, yeah.
I
Like,
won't- I
the
won't-
text you got from Keilor Cricket Club.
That was fact.
It was not.
I got one from Luke McCumber saying, you know, the Scatters is too old for this, blah blah blah. Get on a young host, and there you are. Next week it happened.
You can't buy
There you
experience
go.
on a shelf, mate.
No, that's right. Maybe if we put him like to the fourth chair.
Fourth chair.
Yeah, well, there's the order. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, no, now he's pumping
He's
himself
king.
up too. Gee, did you hear that?
Tip
Next
up
thing you know, he's
flag.
gonna. Next
I
thing
could-
you know, he's gonna turn around and want some pay for
I could
the.
start.
Well, the
Payday
steak
for
was
the-
nice. It was beautiful.
Oh,
I
the
must
meal's so
admit,
good here.
sensational.
Well, the
Tip
food
up
is
club.
always good, so you can't
Oh,
complain.
it was good.
Family are very happy this evening. Just quickly, Kookaburra in negotiation with the competition around, I guess, what the next 2 or 3 years looks like with supply of balls.
Yes.
So Steve's keen to get some feedback on what we're thinking of the cricket ball this year. I've got no complaints. Kookaburra is always pretty rock solid for mine.
Yeah, no, they're sailing over the fence in our game when we're batting, so it's all right. Balls are good.
Balls are too good. I'm getting pumped this year.
Yeah,
about
maybe-
4 or 5 and over, which is
But like we spoke before, it's too batsman friendly. Maybe we should do something. Who knows?
What, you're going to tamper with the ball?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, what, you're going to tamper with the ball now just to make what, the competition a
Well,
bit?
I might start, get a bit of reverse swing going after, who knows, we'll see.
I don't know, oh mate,
Bit of
you
bread and
scare
parchment.
me
I don't know how to
sometimes.
do it, Joe. If I knew how to
You
do
don't
it.
know how to do it.
I don't, I promise.
You're
Hand
Greek,
on
you know
heart.
how to
I
do
don't
anything,
know.
please.
I
you wrote
don't
the book
know.
on it, mate.
Not me.
Back in the 80s there. With
Please.
Imran Khan and who else was reverse tanging the ball there. Wacko,
Yeah,
was it?
the Packies, yeah, they were on fire, weren't they?
So we're all happy with the Kookaburra ball.
That's good,
now,
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah, they do a great job. And finally, Trent Lawford. Steve wanted us to cover off on him. Made 119 off 79, I think it was,
Wow.
on the Sunday against a young Duda Stars team. I've put the asset on Lawf to be a top 3 player in the comp. And he's missed a game as well. And I think he's 3rd on the run scoring chart and doing his thing with the ball.
Yeah.
So, what are we expecting of the big man?
Well, I said the other week 30 off 13's not much good to you, didn't I?
He did say that.
So he obviously listened to me and he got out and made runs.
Yeah.
Good on him. And I mean, you've obviously given him a bit of leeway, and you want him to play the attacking game that he plays, and it came off on the weekend. It must have been great
I think
to
that's
watch.
just his game. First 12 overs, why wouldn't you take advantage of it?
And it must have been great to watch. When people are making runs that quick,
Yeah.
it's sensational to watch.
Controversially, he actually didn't hit him that well. He shanked so many balls, but because the ground dude is so odd,
Yeah.
and he's such a big man that even if he doesn't time the ball properly, they still
What's
go
the
for
bat?
four.
How much does it weigh, his bat?
As big as Josie, I reckon. It'd be like swinging Josie around.
I'm sure it's a Kookaburra bat.
Kookaburra bat, of course.
Yeah, well, there you go. Can't get any
He
better.
gets looked after.
3 pound plus.
Yeah.
Well, I was pleased to see that he made the runs because I suppose I had a little bit of a dig at him.
You did?
Because I just sort of what good is that? If you're going to do
But it's
that,
hard
you've really
to
got
do.
to.
It's high
I know,
risk.
I understand that, but as Mitch explained, he gives him a bit of leeway.
I mean,
He's an attacking guy, and I thought it was great to see that it worked.
Look at Cowshall on the Saturday game against Airport West, 80 odd off 30 odd. The next game, I think he got 13.
Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah.
He had a little
Some
photo of
bloke who
you.
was sitting there a few weeks ago.
Had a photo of
1
Scatters.
week.
Photo of Scatters on the
Darts
change
thrown
room
out. Casual.
wall, and no, Trent.
Trent, did he?
Did you
comment.
upset him?
I just said we need a bit of motivation this week, Trent.
Brilliant coaching.
And then he
So you
peeled
got
off
to be
100.
careful what you say on your radio show, Scatters.
You've got a lot of influence, mate.
Yeah.
Don't underestimate that.
Brilliant coaching. Brilliant to use that. Worth an extra.
Where do you get a
3,000,
shot of my
4,000.
mug? Why would you bother?
Northwest
Motivation. Anything. These bats
right.
will do anything for motivation. Come
No,
on.
it's good to see. I would love to see 230 against 229 every week of every game. I just think that's great. And if blokes are hitting 110 in 70 balls, it's just so
good
entertaining.
to watch. Yeah,
it's
you're right.
great to
Good
watch.
to watch. Yeah, good on him.
Very much
A
so.
big fella.
And in wrapping up, we're very thankful to Kookaburra, Deer Park Club, of great hospitality, great meals tonight. Do a wonderful job. Western Sports Centre, do you guys do your pre-season there?
Well, if we had a pre-season,
Yeah.
we would have, yeah.
Yeah.
But we didn't.
You've been missing pre-season the last 2 years.
Yeah, good. It suits the coach.
Straight
It's
into
not a bad thing.
2 week pre-season, off
Maybe
we
this
go.
is the new formula. I'm telling you,
It's a new
new
normal.
age, yeah.
New normal.
New age, no pre-season.
No training. Maybe next year I'll introduce no training. Just turn up Saturday an hour before the norm.
With a birthday cake.
Yeah, with a cake and a candles for
Evan Evans do a great job printing, Tyrion Apparel, Just Energy, Southern Tarpaulins, and Petito Projects. Lots of great support that we get.
Definitely.
Guys, it's been fun.
It has.
Scatters.
Well
I reckon
done,
it's
mate.
your gig next time around.
Well, it's after Christmas, so everybody have a great Christmas
Yes.
and New Year, and please be careful. If
Stay
you're going to have a
safe.
drink, don't drive.
Definitely. And just to round it off, on behalf of the VTCA, we'd just like to wish Jeff Law from West Coburg a speedy recovery. He had an accident prior to the season starting, and he's doing some rehab and getting well. Hopefully he's getting well. And on behalf of all of us, get well quickly, Jeff, and we miss you, and hopefully we'll see you around the traps in the new year.
Absolutely. Hope he can add to he's the bloke who played 700 games.
No, wrong Jeff Law.
Wrong Jeff Law?
This is Jeff Law from West Coburg. You're thinking of Jeff Law
It's a
from
different
Barclay
Jeff
Street.
Law.
Barclay Street.
Well, I still wish him well anyway.
That's right, there you go. Very
But
good.
What are the chances?
Yeah.
We wish him both well.
We do. So, folks, take care. Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Platinum Corporate Partner and Naming Rights Partner of the Victorian Turf Cricket Association, the Deer Park Club. Head to 780 Ballarat Road, Deer Park for a night out with friends and the family. Platinum Corporate Partner, Kookaburra Cricket. For all your cricketing needs, visit www.cooker.com.au. Corporate Partner, the Western Sports Centre, the home of cricket in the western suburbs of Melbourne. Evan Evans, with over 140 years experience in the printing space, they're your one-stop shop for all your printing needs. Therion Apparel. From tradie wear, corporate wear and your club wear, Therion have you covered in the apparel space. Just Energy. Call 1300 318 799 and find out how you can save on your energy costs. Southern Tarpaulins, the VTCA's preferred supplier of all wicket table covers. Petito Projects, home maintenance, repairs and landscaping. Contact 0431 047 981 for more information. and Red Onion Creative, official media partner of the Victorian Turf Cricket Association.